podcast is intended for mature audiences. The views and opinions expressed are those of the panelists and do not reflect in any way those of the podcast partners, sponsors, or affiliates. Enjoy.
Hi, this is Michael Buffer, and you're listening to the Voice of the People. Let's get ready for Boxing Voice.
Every day I'm hustling, 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 hustling. Every day I'm hustling, every day I'm hustling, every day I'm hustling, every day.
You think darkness is your ally? Or you merely adopted the dark? I was born in it.
Because when he has been in the bright lights and enjoying his time, having fun and lapping it up, no problem, you're the big celebrity. You're in the bright lights, I've been in the dark, in the trenches, in the gym.
TheBoxingVoice.com.
People ask me, when does camp start? Camp started as soon as I bet T for my Lopez. As soon as I batted him and took all his belts, camp started the next day.
What a right hand from George Kambosos, and the takeover went down!
He's a good villain, though. He's a good villain.
Do you feel in charge?
Could have fought anybody. Lomachenko, Devin Haney. Unfortunately, Lomachenko's not available. Beautiful. Devin Haney, step up. Now we'll take your belt.
This is Sparta!
SDS Promotions.
But he says he'll finish his fight as a king. What's a king to an emperor?
You are now locked into the Boxing Voice live from Las Vegas with Nesta Gibbs and Ringwalk Danny.
Let's start with this. I'm a creative genius.
SDS.
And now, the most dangerous producer on YouTube, Brandon in Houston.
Brandon in Houston. SDS Promotions.
You're now locked into the king of all boxing podcasts, The Boxing Voice. Jab that like button.
TheBoxingVoice.com.
What is it? Is it that they don't like the Charlos? You like the Charlos?
The unified WBA, WBC, and IBF 154-pound champion of the world.
I'm happy, not angry, I'm passionate.
The WBC middleweight champion of the world.
No, I think you're a great fighter. And
I know that already. They say, oh, the Charlos ain't fought nobody. Duh, because they don't want to fight us. Fight us. Come on. Step up, we with that shit. Come on, let's pump it. Like I said, I went to the top already. I seen the bottom before. At the top, I seen the bottom. I went back down to the bottom and shot back the fuck back up. Now what they mad at me for? It's not like old school boxing. We're the best, fight the best no more. It's about politics. It's about who you know, who you are, if you got a crowd behind you. Sit your ass in your weight division and see if you can beat one of them. Cause fucking with me, you gonna get knocked the fuck out. I'm a knockout artist, baby. If we stand by lines only, just like we made this up, we gonna ride with it. We gonna ride with it till the day we die.
Jermell. Jamal. Charlo.
SDS Promotions.
Shut the fuck up, you little prick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shut the fuck up, you little prick. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. What's up? What's up? Sorry for the late start, but you know Danny is a traveler, you know, so we do like to wait for him to be around and available, especially with such a controversial topic like today's. This morning on the president's birthday, I had no clue.
It is the president's birthday.
Danny is acting like I did this purposely, which I don't even understand. So we'll have to figure out what Danny means by that.
In the words of Bill Haney, happy birthday, Mr. President.
Sulaiman, to be exact.
Yes.
Felicidades, compay.
Wish you many more.
Should we say compa? Is it compa? Like, that's a better term of endearment in Spanish?
If you're Mexicans, I would say so.
Oh, I can't be. That's crazy because as a Cuban, like as a
you
non.
guys say that shit too?
No, as a non-Cuban,
you know, you can still say, que bola hacer to a Cuban, even though that's a Cuban phrase.
Yeah, I'm surprised you know what compa is.
Ain't it that like that's my man's?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mi compa. Like you'd be my compa.
Because, you know, in Caribbean Spanish,
but it's not like y'all would say
compa,
that, so I wouldn't expect. You know.
In Caribbean Spanish, compa is like abbreviation or like slang for compadre, which is godfather.
Yeah, same shit. That's where. That's exactly where it derives from.
Okay. Here we go.
Yeah.
Here we go. So where does transgender boxing derive from?
Well, champ, you know,
The WBC convention is the right word.
Yeah, the WBC,
answer.
Yeah, the WBC convention. We were there for it, and it seems like there's a want for it in the community.
Yep.
And look, man, I gotta say, the way the WBC is doing it, they're giving them their own category. They said that they will never allow any transgender into
any transgender man to fight any transgender woman. And I think that that's what's important. There's a lot of misinformation. I've got sent this post so many times, and everybody's like, yo, your mans. This world is like, yo, what's your mans doing? What's up with your mans? And it's like, yeah, that's my man. That's my fucking man. And he's doing something that other people would be afraid to do. Other people wouldn't be bold enough to do. But we're here to give you the facts because we were at the convention. This is not a shock to me. I am not surprised. I'm just glad that he's sticking to his guns and he's not allowing them to fight versus a woman or a man. And instead, they're in their own league. Now, I've seen the reports and they called it a division, so I can see why they're confusing people. Because if you're in a division, I can possibly enter that division. But it's a league for transgenders. So it won't be any cross.
I think instead of a division, the proper word would probably be category.
Yeah, I mean, again, the reports use division, and I think that's why there's some confusion amongst the boxing public because they're like, what? Division? Right away, you think the weight categories. Right away, you think, oh, they are getting into the male and the female genre of boxing, but that's not the truth. You know, and guys, look, I see a lot of ignorant comments. I mean, come on, let's try and be adults. You know, I don't know any of the right terms. I'm an older man. You know, I just watched the shit I recommended to you, bro. I thought I finished. There's mad more episodes. Holy fuck.
Bro, I didn't even finish the first one.
Exactly. Bro, now I'm on the fact that LJ's son is gay or not gay, and that's what brings me to the topic.
Why are you telling me what I'm about to watch? That's fucked
because
up.
You made it seem like you watched it yesterday. Remember, you came on here.
I just told you I still haven't finished
today
the first.
You just said that, but
before,
I started this conversation.
That came out your mouth.
No, I know, but I already started this conversation under the premise that you watched it because that's what you said yesterday.
But I reminded you I haven't finished the first episode. Before that came out of your mouth.
The point is, LJ's son is non-binary, which I got educated yesterday.
I don't even know what that is.
I didn't know till yesterday. Okay. That means that he doesn't identify with either.
Okay.
And he feels, I guess he can possibly be both. And shit, why did I get on this? I'm gonna pick it up. Don't worry about it. It all makes sense. It's all relative here. So, okay, so that's what I was saying. So, like, by watching that, I got a little educated because I don't know the terminology. So, if I say anything, believe me, I know I'm a dick, but it's not to offend. Not on today's episode. It's from lack of information or knowledge on certain new terms that are used in these conversations. But that being said, they're going to hate me. They'll probably call me some sort of boxing Uncle Tom or something, Danny, but I'm not mad. I'm not mad.
Nah, I ain't mad at it.
The sport needs it. I always thought Orlando Cruz was about to blow up when he came out the closet.
I did too.
And it didn't happen. And
I
ain't gonna front. You let me down. LGBT.
I feel like
Is that did I say it right?
I feel like there's a cue somewhere. I'm not even trying to be funny.
If again, any terms we fuck up, I know someone's gonna be a dick and be like, oh, you could have Googled it before you started. We don't do that shit. This is a fucking podcast that we do for mad hours many times a day. That being said, bro, I thought Cruz was gonna blow because of that. You know, he even did the weigh-in with the fucking, you know what I'm saying? He did like Speedos in the flag. It didn't work. But maybe this does. And that's a very big community. And that means economics for the sport. I'm sure if it makes dollars, it'll make sense to some of these promoters and networks. I don't know. I never seen a transgender boxing match. I remember 3-4 years ago. Do you remember the first transgender boxer that was out? It was all over Facebook heavy, but you don't use Facebook, right?
Nah, not really.
The picture they're using it now. Like I'm sure you've come across it in the last 48 hours because of this. So like everyone's just talking about this, kind of using that
fighter's picture.
Perfect fighter's picture. So again, I'm sure that fighter is pushing because that fighter has been fighting, and wherever the fighter could get fights, the fighter fights. So maybe they want to open up. Now, this is a topic, Danny, that has surpassed boxing, and that's why I think that maybe the boxing community needs to embrace this to see if it helps grow the sport. I'm going to go to a few of these sites. Let me see. The first one is from Decatur, Georgia, right? Okay, so he announced the date.
And he's funny as hell, let me tell you, because somebody
What is that, Roman numeral?
Yeah, so no, it's just like basically when you don't have something, you just place the X in place. Placeholder, pretty much. They're just placeholders. Somebody asked Earl, who is it? And you're not gonna understand this, but Earl is fucking hilarious for this. I don't know if you've seen him. Jake Paul had him for like the lead up for one of his fights.
I mean, I hear his name is Drewski.
Yeah, Drewski. Okay, bro. This right here.
What does that picture signify or represent?
He's like, well, what do you mean? Bro, this shit, like, you gotta watch this. This shit's fucking hilarious. Like, I laughed on the inside when I saw it.
But that means that he's not telling.
Pretty much. But
right.
That was, like, the most hilarious way he could have told somebody, I'm not telling you who I'm fighting.
So I'm going to answer some of these comments because that's the thing. You guys think that you can say whatever you want because no one's addressing it. But we'll put you on blast, D1. Let women's boxing grow a little bit before you come out with this bullshit, Mauricio, you clown. So why exactly is he a clown, and what exactly is the bullshit? I'm not understanding. A lot of the comments that I've been seeing, people acting as if, transgenders are some sort of alien race, and Mauricio is helping them find a home. Like, stop acting like these people don't exist already.
And then
the fuck?
A lot of people
such weirdos. A lot of homophobia.
A lot of people
in all these comments
talk about how this is a dying sport. Clearly, if this has came to the attention of one of the sanctioning bodies, probably the most respected one, to the point where they need to address it at the yearly convention. There's clearly a want and demand for it, from their community. So why, again, he's allowing them to participate within their own category. That's fine.
But to call it bullshit is almost to try to ignore that they exist, because if there's women's boxing and there's men's boxing, then how is transgender boxing some bullshit and they need to wait off the back of women's boxing getting more popular? But, I do understand that a lot of you dudes are homophobic, but homophobic comments will be timed out. You'll be in 300 Phantom Jail Zone for a minute. That being said, I do want to address some of these comments.
Yo, man, it's the second to last day of the year. Why can't we spread love and positivity? Come on, yo.
It's fear. It's fear. I understand them. But it's also ignorance, unfortunately. So, your friend, Michelle Phelps, posted this and on her social media, and it got quite a few comments. So I wanted to just go through that. And look, this is a trainer, right? Oh no, that's not Derek Santos. Let me. I'm gonna have to click. That better not be the trainer. No, it's not. Oh my God, damn! This is Boca Raton. Don't tell me this. Oh my God, this is Derek Santos. Wow. I'm telling you, this really bothers people. I don't get it, but wow. He said, "Please tell me this is a joke." Casual boxing, more sanctioning fees. That's funny. Another one, damn shame. I don't get, like, the backlash. Makes sense to me? Okay. Jake Paul's about to become a world champ. Oh, man. Broner will be champ again. They're terrible. They just putting men now in that league. They're terrible. Look, Ryan's first belt. They're disrespectful. Thank you, my friend. T Green Boxing Academy. WBC is creating a lane for trans athletes. You won't have men beating on women. It's brilliant. And there's not going to be men beating on women and women beating on men, men, I guess.
Right, they got their own category.
Yeah.
And,
Look at this guy. Anything for $1. And this is what I'm saying. Why are we acting like the WBC is looking for ways to make money off of vanilla and race?
And
these people exist. You acting like they don't exist. Like, what the hell? This is so weird to me. This is why I did it, bro. Because I've been getting sent all this stuff from, oh, you know what? We need to go to the bread batch because they posted it too. And that's a way bigger, what do you call that? Like, pop culture. So it won't be boxing. So let me go to theirs.
Yo, and I've seen it been posted across the country. You get what I'm saying? In different schools where trans athletes were competing amongst non-trans athletes, right? So it's like people had an issue with that. Mauricio's doing it to where everybody competes, within their respective communities, and everybody's happy.
Yeah. All right, so someone else with a verified account says, tell me this is a joke. He said, Adam, okay, so I guess he likes this one. He said, broke the like button with this one. Okay, I don't know if this is a troll or a true trans being inspired. It says it right there. Time for me to become a champ. And I don't know. I don't know these people, so I don't want to say. Are you reading or no?
Yeah, no, I mean, I don't.
Oh, man, they disrespectful. They said Chris Brown for champ. They disrespectful. They disrespectful. There you go. Can't complain. They got their own division. Hopefully, they pop out some bangers. See, that's an optimistic person.
Yo, and for the people that are saying that boxing already struggles to have fans and how will this succeed, bro? Do you guys not see the millions of people that come out every year for the Pride Parade?
Yep.
Like all over the country and all over the world. There's something.
That's
like,
what I said.
do
That
y'all not see
community's
that?
so big.
Bro, that shit is humongous. Like every year in every city that means something, there is a Pride Parade. You understand? And millions and millions of people come out.
Let's not act like, I don't even know if you could say this anymore because you about to be in 2020, but like Like the rainbow is theirs. When I was coming up, bro, we had the Reading Rainbow. You know, we had Lucky Charms, pot at the end of the fucking rainbow. Like, that's not ours no more. That's theirs. So, like, you guys want to act like they don't exist, cool, because you obviously never lived 12 miles like myself from New York City. You've obviously never seen what the fuck a pride parade looks like, regardless of where you live at. You obviously live somewhere in the Midwest in some hick town, like hot and under some fucking roof made out of sing or some shit. Weirdos, bruh. I deal with a lot of weirdos on a daily basis. It's so strange. But look at this other comment. It says boxing is making boxing a joke. That's crazy. There was another one I wanted you to see because they said, oh, and I thought YouTube boxing was bad for boxing, right? Oh, here it goes. Oh, but YouTube boxing is making boxing a joke. It's strange how this is being received, man. Look at this guy, offended. Don't even put Muhammad Ali on that belt.
Man, I don't know. I feel like I said, Mauricio's letting them do their thing.
Look at this last comment. It's probably the right one.
He ain't,
fairest way to do it.
He ain't changing nothing with how the consumer watches boxing today. You understand? So I don't see the issue. Like when you tune in, there's like nothing's gonna change. You know what I'm saying? They're allowed to do their thing, and nothing changes within our sport. So
yeah, it'll all be new for me. I don't follow any transgenders or transgender athletes, so I wouldn't know who's popular, who's not, who got skills, who don't. I don't know. I wonder, like, who. We obviously have a sanctioning body to sanction the first fight, but who promotes it? You think a small promoter or a major pops out?
Bro, I mean, I don't know that we'll see. We may see, somebody within their community come in and look at this as an investment opportunity and a way to grow, their community, bro. You got to think about it. This something new for them. Boom, we ain't seen it. I wouldn't be surprised to see some new players like on their side for their thing. You know what I'm saying?
They terrible. How is Alejandra Jimenez ranked number 1, bro? She's a female. Y'all very disrespectful. I cannot believe. Whoa. And the shit that's coming out of some of y'all mouth, I wouldn't even expect some of the people that's saying some of this shit. I'm like, oh wow, that's how you feel. But I'm gonna go ahead and open up the phone lines. Hopefully all you very brave commenters can call in and express those feelings, verbally. Go ahead and articulate yourself. Or are you just going to use a bunch of curse words and show homophobia? I don't know. We shall see. We got Decatur, Georgia's own Lids Low. What up?
TBV, what happening, man?
What up? What up?
Ain't shit. Danny, what cracking, man?
What up, yo?
Everything smooth.
How you feeling, yo?
I feel great, man. It's Friday. Probably finna get off early. You know what I dig? I'm going to church for New Year. You know what I'm saying? Down at my cousin's church in Columbia, Georgia. Shout out, cuzzo. Yeah, I'm good, bro. I'm feeling great. I'm not gonna touch this subject. I just want to say to everybody who's calling in, if you have a business or you got anything that's of value, make sure you watch what you say, because that group of people do not play. And I'm not saying that group of people to be funny or make no kind of jokes or nothing, but they don't play. And you seen how they come out and do things. So for Mauricio Sulaiman to do this, I'm gonna keep it 100. It's about money. Let's keep it a G. That's just me.
Why is it about money? Why is it about money? Do they not exist?
But
wait. Do they not exist? And did they not approach Mauricio because he is the most prestigious and biggest sanctioning body out of them all? You guys are acting
Champ,
like he's going to this subject or this subject is coming to him because he's in a position of power. He's obviously in a position of power to open it up to the world.
I got you, Ness. Bro, listen to what I speak, bro. Like I said, I'm not touching it. I ain't got no say on that.
You
All
did
I'm
touch
saying,
it. You said he's doing it for money, brother.
Yeah. Cause guess what? The LGBT, the letters, they do have a big following. Like this could turn into something very big, bro. I'm not denying that shit. Cause they have connections and they very powerful. Let me just say that shit, bro. That's why I called in to say before anybody call in, if you got a business, if you gonna speak real negative, if you got a business of anything or any
why
sort,
can't
please
it just
be
be
careful.
about? Why can't it just be about not segregating? Not dividing.
Look, my guy.
Why
bro, you
can't
put me in
Mauricio?
something.
I'm just saying, why can't Mauricio just be a good guy? Why he got to be money hungry?
A good guy. We talking about Mauricio. Man, let's get out of here, bro. Come on, let's keep that shit up. No. Let's be fair. We don't know. We don't know.
I know he's a good guy. I don't know what you talking about.
Okay, well, no, cool. But as far as his boxing track record is not all that goodness. Now I'm gonna keep that shit 100.
I don't know what you're talking about. You find me. Hold on.
Okay, and
I don't
that's
need
fine.
nobody else.
And that's fine.
You find me anybody that don't make mistakes out of 30 years in fucking business, bro. WBC been around for 30 years and plus. 30 years plus.
Man. Okay.
Oh, so the
okay.
IB. So the
I'm
IB.
just saying, man.
When the last time Earl had a mandatory? Because you acting like like only the WBC
why you
is
bringing
not
men into this? Why you bringing men in? We talking about the trans now. Let's keep it on trans,
man. No,
don't do that,
y'all. We talking about
don't do
you
that,
trying to say a sanctioning body is only doing this for money.
Okay. What did WBO do it too, Ness?
They not as big.
Did IBF jump in too?
I'm not gonna talk about you, man. I'm not gonna talk
okay,
with
well,
you.
cool. That's cool. Like I said, I ain't got nothing.
I'm gonna let you have your call.
I don't. Thank you, Ness. Thank you. Like I said, I ain't touching it. I ain't got nothing to do with that. I'm just saying, people be careful when you call in. Shout out to everybody, including the trans. Shout out to everybody. I'm out there, camp. Y'all stay up with this.
All right.
100.
So, did the WBO invent Bridgerweight? Did the WBA invent next day weigh-ins, day before weigh-ins? Like, what the fuck are we talking about?
7 days, 15 days,
some of you dudes just don't know shit about boxing and you want to get up here and try to tell me. Bruh, they gonna come to the WBC because they are the biggest. And once the WBC mandates something, everybody else follows suit. What don't we get? Like, y'all so weird, bro. Who next?
Who we got?
GGG champ. I mean, I guess you want to stay timed out or eventually blocked. I mean, again, homophobic comments, we're not going to tolerate. Like, you guys either adults or not. This isn't made for children. I specifically clicked the button that's not made for children. So, got to get y'all shit together, man. Very sad to see the grown men I congregate every fucking day all of a sudden turn to children under certain topics. We got Flossy Sports. What up? Flossy Sports. You got to unmute.
All right, what's up with you, bro?
What up, champ?
Not much. I just don't get why everybody, I don't know, not everybody, but people with the negative comments keep trying to make it about a sexuality thing, when in reality, it's just equality to me.
Exactly.
It's giving them a platform and a space to do their thing and not be excluded from being able to box. That's all it is. And I don't get why that bother you. If you don't like it, just don't fucking watch it.
Simple.
Just that easy, but it don't bother me. When you comfortable with yourself, shit like that shouldn't bother you.
Nah, and you explained it well. You know,
Very.
Giving them a platform and an opportunity, you know, to participate.
Yeah, I guess I used the, because I said segregate, right? Like, but he's right. It's like, so they don't feel, what was the word you used?
Excluded.
Excluded.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, fuck, they could, if she could play basketball and he could play basketball, why can't I play basketball? Right. That's all they saying, and that's all this is. But so many ignorant immature people in this world. You good, Carlo? That's it? Short and sweet?
Yeah, because I'm on the way to work right now.
You got it, champ. Appreciate you calling in.
All right, for sure.
We got a couple callers on Discord. Looks like we going out to SDX Renzi.
Good morning.
Buenos dias.
Shout out TBV, man. Ness and Danny. I might have a little bit of static in my shit. I'm still waiting on the Hibernation 5. Shout out to him. But Ness, I hit you about this last night, man, because this is my thing, right? I get the equality. I'm all for equality. We need that, especially in this country. But the thing what makes it seem a little bit not equality to me, because it's like, okay, the whole scope of it is that if a man is trans to a woman, that trans man that transferred to a woman will only be able to fight men that trans to women, and vice versa.
Yes.
That's basically saying that men, if you were born a man,
you can't fight a woman. That's all Mauricio was doing. He's ensuring that if you're a transgender boxer, there's gonna be rules in place so that men born men fight men that are born men.
Okay, so let's ask me this: what difference is that from regular boxing? If a man gets in the ring,
remember that person chooses no longer to be identified by their born gender. That's the difference.
Okay, so at the moment they choose not to be identified by that, then at that point you gotta respect that. If they're saying, if you respecting it all the way, then that person is now a woman.
Yo,
so
yeah, but hold on. I think a lot of it has to do also with and I'm no doctor, but I'm sure there's some medical.
Yeah, well, they did the research. They talked about it at the WBC convention.
Yeah, but here's the thing though, the basically they would have to take certain things that would pop hot. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's like they're not able to participate over here, but they're able to.
Because the steroids.
Yeah,
the steroids.
Exactly.
Yeah. They got hormones and stuff. So
yeah, I just don't know the exact word, but I know it's some medical as far as like what's in their body, would show up in certain tests.
Okay, so see, now that's a different class of topic, bro. You gotta school people all the way down to that, because like I said, for me it was just that if we're gonna say that a man, if you were born a man, you gonna fight a person that was born a man. You feel me? That's why I'm like, no, that's creating a whole different class. We bringing more belts into the sport for people that were born a man. If it's some transgender man that can get in there, and I think could be capable of banging with an Earl Spence, or you feel me? Like
yeah, but that won't happen based off this.
Exactly, but I'm saying that's why I feel like some people are gonna have problems with that, because it's like, no, that man or that person who was born a man and has to fight other men that's going through what they're going through could be capable of fighting a regular man and whooping their ass.
Yeah, but if they don't identify, identify as a woman, they ain't gonna want to step in there with
and
Earl.
not just that, but bro, you talking about people gonna say, nobody's gonna say that somebody, like, people understand, okay, this person is under, hormones, whatever it is, bro, it's not the same. It's not an even playing field. And that's why Mauricio's doing it, to keep it safe and to keep it fair.
Okay, and then I just say about the like we said, as far as they identify, because like you started with Ness, like you just said, the non-binary thing, how that works. If they non-binary, they ain't saying they a man, they ain't saying they a woman.
I mean, listen, bro, this is brand new. Mauricio probably doesn't have every single answer as how they're gonna deal with the classification.
Yeah. Okay. I respect that. Like I said, I just want to understand, like, what's the, you feel me? Like, once they get the more map out of what the goal is behind, or like that, the technicalities behind it. Like you said, I fully understand the scientific.
Let me ask you one question, like, for everybody, right? So, like, if you're in Mauricio's shoes and it's like 3 or 4 conventions have gone by and the LGB community continues to come to your convention pushing for your assistance with getting a transgender league approved so that they can be in an equal space. What do you do?
I feel like I don't knock him for doing what he's doing. You gotta create something. But I'm saying, like, you before you drop it and just say this is what I'm gonna do, you gotta have these questions.
But who says he don't? Who says he don't? Just because he did an interview and let you know that in 2023 it will be in effect, don't mean he don't got the whole policy written already.
Okay. So then that's just like you said. That's just for us to find out. We don't really know what's going on. So as of now, when it drops, that's the main thing.
This dude right here is a weirdo. Shooter says Ness is a part of that go along, get along gang. Won't voice his real opinion because he got to be politically correct. Damn shame. So this is what I'm saying. His homophobia is so big that he believes this is not my real opinion. You believe you believe that I'm as homophobic as you. That you believe that I have to lash out and be afraid of this like you. And this is me. I've been here for almost 12 years telling you I want this sport to grow, and I only watch this sport. So you see how I'm only talking about this sport? You just a fucking imbecile with a low IQ that can't comprehend. But you'll get timed out for being stupid. Maybe in the Phantom Zone you learn.
I definitely, and that's 100% where I respect you and Danny's opinion about this, because I know, like y'all said, based off the community and how it is, it's definitely gonna be something good for the sport. But like I said, it's just, like I said, for me, my own personal view, I'm looking at it due to the technicalities of like, okay, what are we trying to achieve here? And like y'all said, y'all gave me better insight with the hormones and the steroids that could affect, like, you feel me? A woman could be on steroids and come in there and be the real man. You feel me? Because she transferring. So that's for me. That's my call, man. Shout out to Mauricio for doing this thing. I just want to get, you know, the scientifics and the real breakdown on how it's going to work, how we determine who's going to be able to get in this division, so that, you know, it ain't just people like, I feel like some people are just like, you know, just saying they'll just pop out. Now all of a sudden you want to be trans or you want to be in that category just to go chase a belt.
Yo.
Or, you know, like,
Champ,
I don't like.
You watch other sports?
Yeah.
Do you watch the trans athletes in the other sports that you watch?
The last one that I knew about was the swimmer one that got a lot of backlash. You remember the swimmer guy?
Right.
I think he went to the Olympics or the trials or something like that.
But I'm saying you specifically, do you tune in?
No, not really.
Cool,
not really.
cool.
That was the last.
No, and that's cool. But at the end of the day, that doesn't stop you from watching the respective sport, right? What other sports you watch?
I watch basketball, football.
So you
soccer.
still watching the NBA, you still watching the NFL, right?
Right.
So that's all I'm saying, yo. I'm not saying motherfuckers gotta support it. I ain't saying they gotta tune in. I ain't saying, bro. We reporting on it first and foremost. We were at the convention. We were at the convention, so we got insight that the majority of the world doesn't, because we was there
from
for the
actual
panel.
fighters.
We was there. We was there to watch the panel be presented. We was there when they was conducting
talking about the
panel.
research that they did.
You know what I'm saying? I actually got up because that panel led into the women's panel for the two, and I actually got up there, so we participated on a different level. We're just reporting on it, covering it. I'm not saying people got to get behind it. You know what I'm saying?
So I got one more question.
But if these motherfuckers out there shitting on it, bro, it's happening and everything. Except Mauricio did it different. Mauricio said, I'm gonna let you all compete in your own community.
Look, that's the perfect comment right there, because I know you watched it. The swimmers, you see, that's what he's saving boxing from.
And that's what he brought. Yeah, exactly.
It's like, bro, do you want, them to compete versus Amanda Serrano and knock her out?
Bro, no, and let's not forget, it happened in, I don't remember if it was high school or collegiate wrestling this year.
Yeah. I
So
seen the rest
so
of the
so
Homophobic
so
comments is getting timed out.
so that's what I'm saying.
Okay. I respect that. Now, this is my last question I will ask y'all, right? So do y'all think it would be fair if, like I said, if that trans person, they identify as, just say like a trans woman who identify as a man now, if she wanted to compete in the ranks of a regular man, is it fair that she won't be able to do that because, oh, you got to go fight with the trans? You can't fight that man, even if she like, nah, like I could take that man on, I will whoop his ass. And is that still fair?
It's still fair. Yeah, it's still fair because guess what? You don't see fucking women playing against men in basketball or in football or in any other sport. So don't try to even bring that up in this sport. Let it happen in your fucking favorite pastime sport of baseball first. Then basketball.
Okay.
Then football.
Yeah.
Let us be fucking last. We the stepchild.
Well,
Why we
hold
gotta
on.
go
I know
first?
you don't watch other sports. It actually has happened in other sports.
Oh shit.
Yeah, for sure. But
What?
I will say, yeah, bro. You,
What sport?
You late as fuck, bro. It's college football got women
playing against men.
Yeah. I mean, granted, like most of them are like kickers and shit, but they can still get hit. You know what I'm saying? They don't, bro. Kickers get laid the fuck out.
No,
all the
I
time.
hear you. I never knew that happened.
Yeah. It's
She
a
must
woman.
be good though.
I mean, I know I posted it, on my timeline, but I will say that I think it's a safety matter.
That's definitely not safe.
I think it's a safety
They not
matter.
even listen. The
Look, think about
WBC
it,
did
think about it.
research. They're not even built the same.
No,
bro.
no, exactly. I mean, look, the WBC, and this is something I contested, and you guys can go look that up. The WBC, they so much into the science and the medical. I mean, first of all, they have a 10-year study with the University of California in Los Angeles, UCLA, right? So they got all the medical, all this, all that. I was fighting. I said, where the fuck is the medical for the sparring then? Because I was for the 3-minute rounds for the women, of course. But this is what I'm saying. Like, what they're doing it for the safety of the fighters, of the individuals, and you know what? It ain't affecting the sport I'm watching. So cool, let them participate. They able to do it in other sports. I think this is the safest.
SDS, we gotta let you go. We got hella callers too.
And you know that's that.
You got it.
All right, Pablo, Minnesota.
Yo, what's going on, fam?
What up? What up?
Hey, shit. First and foremost is good morning to y'all. Hope y'all have a good Friday. But I do just want to say, in short and sweet, you know what I'm saying? I agree with Danny for like. All right, first call after Liz Lowe, he nailed it. Danny right now nailed it. Ness, you nailed it, bro. Real talk, like, who gives a fuck? Like, if it makes it safer, bro, it's not like you gonna be like someone gonna turn your head, turn the TV on, and make you watch whatever you don't want to watch. Like, it's not gonna affect the fights you want to watch the men's boxing, like, at all. Like, at the end of the day, like, people really just homophobic, like you said. And at the end of the day, like, they ain't really been nowhere, been around. Like, if it is what it is, what can I do about it? Whether I agree with it or not, like, that's how other people feel. So who gives a fuck? Like, if shit, that's what they want to do, whatever. Like, shit, as long as it's safe for everybody, the women, safe for the women's boxing, safe for men's boxing, safe for trans, whatever boxing, then shit, whatever. Shit. Watch it if you choose to. Don't watch it if you don't choose to. Cool.
Bet,
But
Pablo.
Yeah, that's it, bro.
Nah, for sure, bro. Appreciate the call.
Word. We got Brandon, Cincinnati. Remember, you could call in 142-569-5241. We also got Twitter Spaces. So everybody on Twitter, go ahead and retweet so we get some new callers. I see some old callers on Twitter not touching the topic. What up, AJ of Trucking? No AJ. Cannon, let me get a test. Where you at?
Supermax $5 super chat said, in high school we had a girl who played with us and was a starter for 2 years on varsity, had all district honorable mention just for football.
Damn.
Context. So we've seen it, you know what I'm saying? And like I said, man, I think this is just the safest way. Obviously people may not know, but there's clearly a demand. There's been, like Ness was saying,
few conventions now.
An approach to the WBC for a while.
Brandon,
now.
give me a mic check.
Yo, can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Oh, y'all have sounded a little muffled on my end, but y'all clear now. What's going on, TBV family? Nez, Denny,
What up,
my
champ?
Call of the Year contendees, all my loved ones. Hey, I went back and listened to yesterday's show. Classic, man. The ism.
Yeah, I knew you was gonna like that when he said, "Nah, my man Brandon got the ism." You could just hear it.
Oh yeah, shout out to Zoro for giving the pimp his flowers, man. I appreciate that. As far as this topic, I think, the last, because I just hopped on 10, 15 minutes ago.
Oh,
I just
yo,
think
I'm late as hell. I'm just remembering what he said about you yesterday. Yo, that shit was funny as hell. I was hoping you'd call in.
Oh yeah, Zoro. Zoro can hear it. Hey Zoro, it's in me, not on me, brother. You right, you spot on. And I agree with a lot of what you were saying as well. I dig it like a shovel, brother. I get what you were saying. But as far as this topic, I think a lot of guys hit it like, man, you got the option to watch the shit or not. I mean, if you don't want to watch it, don't watch it. That's how I'm coming at. I really don't care what the fuck they do over there. I ain't gotta watch it. You gotta understand, Sulaiman is a businessman, man. If he can see opportunity to make some money and hop on some kind of progressive wave like you do with these pride belts.
But why
and
y'all
all this other
always
shit.
jump to money? Why isn't he just a person in power who obviously can?
Man.
But
It's always about money,
but wait,
dog.
Brandon.
Crazy as
all
shit.
right. So the two things could be right? You could be right, and he could be wanting money. I could still be right. Isn't he the only one that could open the fucking gate to this? Didn't he open the gate to Bridgerweight? Didn't he open the gate to, 3 weight check-ins and next day weights? And how many things did he invent with his sanctioning body? So, of course, that community is going to come to the strongest, most powerful sanctioning body, because once you get the WBC, everyone else follows suit, right? The RX Water not linked up with the WBA. CompuBox ain't linked up with the WBO. Motherfuckers is linked up with WBC. War Tape is linked up with who? They got a collaboration with the IBF?
Bro, let me tell
Like,
you something.
motherfuckers want to act weird. No, it's about this man is the biggest sanctioning body. The fighters themselves promoted. The way Al is promoted and his fighters got to say thank you. Fighters say, man, WBC is the most prestigious belt. That's the belt I want. Man, it's something about that WBC. You can't take that power from him.
What's the point you're trying to make? That
That you
some
saying
kind of
it's
social
about
justice
money.
warrior?
You saying yes. Yes. Ain't he
your
fucking saving lives? Wasn't motherfuckers dying until he invented next day weigh-ins?
Yes.
Oh,
If
shit.
he
You know what? All right,
if he ain't
cool.
see a way to
No,
make
he's a money
dollars-
hungry.
if he
He's
ain't
money
see a way
hungry.
to
Fuck
make-
it. Fuck it, man.
If he
Y'all
ain't see the
terrible.
way to make some kind of dollars off this shit, he would not give a fuck.
Bruh, you
Be
gonna
real.
make money.
This motherfucker ain't Gandhi.
You gonna make money because you're gonna make money. That's normal. It's an entire different community. But you cannot act like it's all about money. You cannot act like the WBC ain't out here the one making fucking waves for everything. Look, this dude,
Why,
bro,
Ness?
shooter,
Why? 'Cause
shooter.
it
Treat.
essentially
I'm
monopolizes the shit.
trying to be nice to you and not block you. I don't do the blocking. But like you out of control on some real weird homophobic shit.
Yeah, that's another thing. Let me finish up my call. Like I said, man, I don't plan on watching it. I'm not against it. I really don't care about what goes on because you got the option to watch or not watch. But as far as where we at in society, man, the shit ain't gonna all these, quote unquote homophobic alpha male people that just everything gay, they just against. Man, I feel you, but society ain't it ain't going backwards, dog. This is where we at. So I mean, shit, it's not gonna change. So you might want to just open your eyes a little bit and start being a little more accepting to shit. I ain't saying you got to be down with it, but just understand, man, that's where we at with it, man. Everywhere you turn, you gonna see some shit you might not agree with. It is what it is. So like I said, you got the option to watch or not watch. I don't plan on watching it. I don't even watch a whole lot of women's boxing. This shit just ain't for me. So, but yeah, I ain't fucking with it, but don't make Mauricio Sulaiman out to be this social justice warrior, man. That motherfucker see a way to make some green.
I don't see how
he
we
gonna
can
make
have
some
one
green.
Brandon this smart and then one Brandon that dumb. Like this Brandon, because you got one Brandon out there in the chat talking about Ness still ain't tell us why he ain't finished watching the Jeffrey Dahmer on Netflix, which I did. And this Brandon on the call, You're literally telling him why I didn't finish watching it. The way you telling motherfuckers, if this ain't for you, don't fucking watch it. And that's what I said. That's what I said. The Dama shit wasn't for me. It was too much shit going on in there that wasn't for me. So what did I do? Not fucking watch it. You homophobic, dumb pussy motherfuckers, man. I should have not picked this topic. I didn't know that you guys were this ignorant. Jesus Christ. Like, Brandon is a dude I talk to every day. Yeah, like, if it don't apply, let it fly. That's what I did. The Dama shit ain't for me.
We in, Ness. We a bunch of, it's an alpha male driven sport.
Alpha male, but you ain't signed up for border wars.
And he talking to the Brandon in Houston, just want to be clear.
I know. I know.
All this alpha male shit, all these tough motherfuckers.
Everybody ain't gonna be as progressiveness. You know that. Whether it's politics, religion, some people are old fashioned. They just stuck in their ways. You can't fault a motherfucker for not being progressive. You know, I'm a little more progressive than most, but at the same time, I can see where they're coming from. But like I said, it's not going to change where we are in the society.
I like that comment.
I mean,
how you an alpha, but you sensitive about this?
Oh no, man! You should have picked a better topic at the end of the day.
No, this is what I like. I like to see people's real truths. I like to see that. But I'm gonna get to some other callers. Brandon,
man,
you the man. You the man. And look, I understand this affects people's religious beliefs. But again, if it ain't for you, move on.
My man said, shout out Andrew Tate. That's crazy.
Yo, you seen that?
Bro.
My man arrested in Romania.
He out already.
Oh yeah?
Bro, from the reports I seen it, he already innocent. I don't know. It was on some human trafficking shit. You know, that's pretty serious.
Oh,
but bro, did you see how he got
But he didn't even
caught?
have cuffs on.
Did you see how he got how they caught him?
My
though?
man had his hands in his pocket.
Did you see how he got caught though?
No.
Bro, because you know this dude be traveling all over the world, private jets, yachts, all that cool shit. Bro, the dude was arguing with a woman on Twitter. So he puts a video out. In the video, he gets handed a box of pizza.
Yeah.
From a fucking Romanian pizza chain. That was enough to get the warrant to go into this to go into the property.
Why?
Because it showed that he was in country. Because they had no proof that he was in country up to this point. Everything else, he'd be somewhere else. That pizza was like a Romanian only, even though it was like English name.
It did say like Jerry on there.
Yeah, Jerry's Pizza, yeah. And it was like, that's like a Romanian chain, and I guess that was enough to get the warrant. A box of
Strange
pizza.
times, man. Ari Boxing, what up? Gotta unmute, champ.
Oh, good morning, gentlemen. I whenever people jump on the Twitter Spaces, it does take a few seconds before we hear you, so that's why there's always like a little delay. So I just wanted to let you know.
Appreciate it.
It's funny. This is interesting. I'm kind of glad you guys picked this topic because in a particular space yesterday, I brought up this topic and I was muted right away. They were like, "Nope, we don't want to talk about it. We don't want to hear it." Like I was like, "All right, whatever." So I'm kind of glad you guys picked this topic to, because it is happening, right? First things first. I want to say a few things. The LGBT community is very well organized. They're very well funded, and they're very powerful, right? And they will support whatever cause they feel strong against, right? So the fact that, Mauricio Sulaiman is doing this, I believe that it's a huge potential market to tap into. So I definitely see the upside to this happening, right? I do also agree with the fact that... But keep in
mind, Ari, it did not... Because everybody's acting like Mauricio's doing this for money, but it did not work for Orlando Cruz, bro. They didn't get behind him. There was no parades.
Okay, I'm not familiar... No, I'm not familiar with the particular person you just mentioned.
Oh, wow.
I'll look into it.
He wasn't that good, though.
What? He wasn't a bum.
I would have
man.
to.
No, he wasn't a bum.
And
but-
he was on major promotions. What you mean? It's not like he fought on fucking TV.
Yeah, he fought on TV. I'm just
No,
saying.
I have to. I have honest. No, look, I'm keeping it 100 with you. I'm not familiar with him. I'll have to look into it and learn more about it before I make before I give my opinion about him.
He was like a super featherweight or lightweight or some shit. Look him up.
Okay. Yeah, no, I'll look into it. So I definitely see the upside to it, right? And like I said, I also do respect the fact, because listen, I'm personally against men competing against women, right? I don't believe that a born male, should be allowed to compete against women. That's just, that's how I feel. If Mauricio Sulaiman is preventing that by creating their own league, then I respect it, right? Because now we're not going to have women, potential women getting beat up by a man, right? So I see that as a positive as well, right? Now, I do want to respond to some of the comments that were made, right? Boxing fans, and I'm not saying this is my personal view. What I'm saying is that boxing fans do view Mauricio Sulaiman as somebody who's money hungry. And before you go off on me, Ness, I'm just putting it out there, right? Boxing fans do see Mauricio Sulaiman as somebody who's money hungry and will do anything to make money,
Yeah,
right?
and you know why? You know why? Because of ignorance, right? Because he's accessible. Because he's there to answer questions and he's there to interview, and because his convention is the biggest and most people come to it. Over 2,000 people were at the last one, right? You don't hear from Daryl Peoples, who has a fucking movie name, okay? His name is the enemy, the villain in Shaft.
People's Hernandez. I know.
Exactly. Then you got another one. You got another one who's a president, right? And what he do?
Hold on, Daryl Peoples is the only American promoter.
Exactly.
I mean,
sanctioning body.
Sanctioning body.
Then you got the WBA, who he just fucking ranks his cousins. He got his aunt working for him. You understand? So
I agree.
So
I agree.
people point fingers at Mauricio when he's the one that's doing the best out of all of them. The best. You're on the call.
No,
tell me what you can mention right now that the IBF invented for boxing.
I
All
mean,
right, cool.
I can't.
What about?
I can't.
No, don't help them. What about
I
the
know they
WBA?
do the 10. What is it? They do the what is it? I know they do the 10 pounds rehydration clause. That I know they do. The IBF does that. But
what about the WBA? What have they done that is you think is I don't know, worth mentioning?
I don't. To be honest, I don't even know, because I know the WBA does a lot of bullshit. And like I said, I'm not.
But no, it's not. This is not me coming at you. This is me trying to explain in your call to the rest of the people. This is why Mauricio gets the heat, because he is at the forefront of everything. He is giving an opinion on everything. The WBC is involved in everything. That's why.
No, and I agree with you. But I'm just explaining why some people may think that that's the reason why he's doing it. I'm just putting it out. I'm just saying that. I'm not saying this is my personal opinion. I'm just saying this is why some people believe this, right? Now, another thing that I want to respond to. Somebody in the comment section was like, I think they said, and like I said, I was driving, so that's why I didn't call in. But somebody in the comment section said, women's boxing is just starting to do good. Why don't we just let them shine first? And
yeah, I seen that.
Before we introduce that. Now, something about that comment, I'm not saying that I agree with it, but I feel that some people, and I'm saying some people may feel that, women's boxing this year alone, right? We had the first women's headline event at Madison Square Garden. Had a great crowd, right? We're getting another women's headlining at the Hulu Theater again. Amanda Serrano again.
Let's not forget
is going to be headlining.
The first all women's card in London that did over 2 million.
Correct. There was no. I know. That's what I'm saying. So women's boxing is finally getting recognized. They're headlining. They're making good money. Promoters are signing them, right? So women's boxing is finally getting the buzz, and obviously they feel that there's more work to do, but they finally feel like they're doing more, right? They're getting better, and they're being recognized. They're being paid better, and everything. some may feel that, wait a minute, so we're finally getting buzzed, and then you're going to introduce a trans, divisions. Some people may feel that's taken away from women, right? So, like I
How?
said, I think some people. No. I'm not saying no.
Well, for
Just hear
those
me out. I'm
people,
not
well,
saying.
look, for those people that think that, right? Why not ask the women, right? Because I've talked to the women fighters, so I know how they feel.
Yeah.
So why not ask the women, right? It's like the
No,
people.
that's fine. Like I said, I think some people are afraid to change.
It's like the same boxing people that think they know so much and that try to discredit the WBA regulars. But who are you to discredit when the International Boxing Hall of Fame acknowledges it? Because they know the history behind the belt. So talk to the people
Got it.
that are actually involved. And obviously, I know you said not you. Some people, and I'm just speaking to the world. Talk to the people who are actually affected in the sport.
Yeah.
Before talking out your ass.
Because the women in boxing at the convention, they were not on board with fighting transgender women. That's not what they want to do.
No, and like I said, I don't believe that. A born man should be allowed to compete against women in any sport. That's just my opinion. Especially in mixed martial arts or sport where you're whatever. But like I said, man, I think it's a positive thing. Like I said, the LGBT community, they're very well funded. They're very organized. And I think if they get the right people behind this, it could be definitely be good for boxing. But that's my call, and I just wanted to kind of throw those things out there. But thank you guys for taking my call.
All right, go ahead and retweet that space, champ. We going out to Stone Bone in Colorado. Gotta be cold.
What up? What up? What up?
What up?
Yeah, man. So is he creating a transgender boxing league?
Shit. Don't make me forget I got sorry, Stone Bone. Counterpunch from Pablo. My bad, Pablo. Yes, he's creating a league. I mean, league is the wrong word, and so is division, but it's a category where transgenders will only fight transgenders.
Oh, okay. See, look, as a Muslim, what I think about transgenders and all this stuff, I can remove that. But as a black Muslim who believe in creating for self, I believe everybody should have their own lane. That makes sense to me, right? That makes sense to me that is, if that's the lane you want to take it in, that's what should happen. Like, I don't think WNBA players would want transgender men in their game. I think they would watch them play other transgender men or vice versa, because there are transgender women. Like, when we think of transgender, we just think of a man turning into a woman. We don't really that much think of a woman turning into a man. So would what's her name? Would she be considered, like, would that be like, would she go into that league? What's her, remember her name that
Nah. She's a woman.
Oh, I didn't know if she was transitioning or what, because I know that's a touchy subject in that community. You know what I mean? So if they creating a
well,
industry,
you right, man. Now that you think about it, I don't know.
Yeah,
Is she a man?
I don't even know. To be
you
honest
could
with
be right. I thought she was a woman that built herself up to look like a man because she's the male of the relationship.
She's the dominant in the relationship.
Yeah, but so I never read, because I researched her. We interviewed her. I love her fighting style. I hate that she retired, but I do not think she was a trans.
Yeah, because it's like, it's so much in that community that they could sort out themselves in their own league. You understand me? Like, I'm a black Muslim. I believe that we can figure out a lot of our problems on our own. I think they can figure that shit out for themselves too. And then Mauricio want to put up a couple dollars. And let me say this, Ness. What guy has ever done something first and didn't think that I could be innovative and make money off it? I don't know one. So you think when Thomas Edison was fooling with the light bulb, or Nikola Tesla was figuring out wireless power, you think these guys was doing that as we want to be, because we love power so much, we want to be groundbreaking? And no, it's for money. So of course, if he does something he feels is innovative, shouldn't he be rewarded financially for doing
Okay,
it?
okay. So you think sanctioning fees, right?
Absolutely.
So do the women pay sanctioning fees?
Maybe I'm pretty sure if they holding belts, maybe it ain't to the same percentage of a male person.
The
but
women,
I'm pretty sure that there's
the women
No
do
women,
not.
also
no
The women
women,
do- the
no
women do
women pay
not.
any sanctioning
The
fees
women
for
do not.
any belts.
They do not.
No sanctioning
But it's
body
about money,
charges
right?
the women.
It's about the money, right? It's
so,
not. It's not
so
about.
but check it though. No, I'm not saying that he'll be paid directly day to day, but I'm telling you, anybody who creates a lane and there is a lane for it, I'm not saying he's doing it for money. I just told you one man could do something that he love and believe is right, and he benefits financially.
Absolutely, absolutely.
No man, I'm not saying that he's doing it for money, because if the sanctioning fees for women would be, look at the purses, right? The sanctioning fee is a percentage of the purse. So if you get 10% of a $30,000 purse,
Not
that the woman
even
is getting,
10, it's 3.
you know what I mean? I mean, 3%, my bad. 10% is manager, my bad. 3% of a $30,000 purse that a woman is getting, or some women is getting 3,000, 5,000. It's embarrassing. So some of your prospects make more than women champions. Think about that. So it wouldn't be 3% of $3,000. So he gonna be, that's money, man. It would cost him more to fly his people out there to sanction a fight than he would make off of sanction or off a sanctioning fee, right?
Bro,
So it's not that he would make
look,
money off of individual sales. I'm saying if he created an industry, he should be rewarded for it.
But
I
you
ain't
also
saying-
got to
think
remember
about it.
this. Hold on.
Think about it, cause Nuts, you don't watch other sports. You don't watch other sports. Think about this, bro. I don't know if you watch the NBA. You watch
little bit.
basketball? No?
Yeah, a little bit.
Okay. Bro, the WNBA, and I go. Let me tell you, I am a supporter. I have fun. I love going to the games here in Vegas. Now, they say, the team in Vegas has, obviously it's Vegas, it's lit, whatever, cool. I go to the WNBA games, bro. Let me tell you something. The NBA loses, I don't know how many million per year on the WNBA.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
But obviously, yeah, they getting money from other, from sponsorships, from this, from that, and the third. So
yeah,
people sometimes need to understand, yeah, they may not do it necessarily for the money, because obviously, as a businessman, you're not gonna put yourself in a position to, I'm gonna lose 100%. But it's like, yo, sometimes you gotta be that person to cross those barriers, to innovate, to bring things to reality. And truth be told, once Mauricio stepped into that position, he's been adding those things, yo. He's been adding those things. Yeah, the money's gonna be there for sure, but we can't,
Yeah, but what is this thing about money? Like,
I'm not saying it's gonna be great.
No, I just want to say this. I
don't believe it's gonna jump out the gate and it's gonna be some massive windfall and profit. There's probably more risk than reward. He's Mexican. Mexican culture is very conservative. He's gonna take more heat in Mexico than he's gonna take in America. They're gonna applaud him in America, and he's gonna be criticized and ostracized in Mexico.
And you're probably right.
That's a very dominant male-driven culture, and they're gonna look at, even though homosexuality in that community, you see where how they treat like pretty boys and shit like that. So we know what it is. It's a behind the scene type shit. But him doing that shit in public and standing on that, they're gonna be like, your daddy would never support this.
I gotta ask you a question, man. Because I feel like you called in. I feel like you called in a couple years ago or months ago, and was telling us about these grants and how to, programs to be able to open up dispensaries. So I wanted to know if you had any knowledge on nonprofits.
Very minimal.
Okay.
Mostly for.
I just wanted to put that out there because I don't know if the people understand that the WBC is non-for-profit.
Yeah, absolutely. And if you
yes, Mauricio probably gets a check because you got to work.
Of that money. But look, though, and I know for a fact that, and I said it on the show, Bud was the WBC champion for like a month. But you know who came to Omaha and did a WBC Cares event?
Mauricio
He was the WBC champion when he beat Postal. Then he undisputed and then dropped all the belts and moved up. During that time period, Mauricio came out here And then Mauricio
he
got
was
a fucking
WBC
pain in the
champ for like
butt
a year,
and
bro.
always say he always speak great at Bud. Like shit, man. I can't knock what you did for boxing. I see it. So I'm just tired of people thinking that when you help people, you should be broke. Everybody, look, Jesus walked. Ness, how many people you know travel with a lawyer, a doctor, a treasurer, and a financier and a banker? How many people you know travel? Only billionaires, right?
Mm-hmm.
Only and that's who was with Jesus. Look at who the people Jesus had with him. So just because you serving the people don't mean you got to be broke. It said Jesus stole from Jesus little pieces of gold every day. If somebody stole a little piece of gold from you every day and you never went broke, that means you had so much that you never knew or never even cared. So stop thinking that people helping people got to be broke. And you can't help people if you can't generate the revenue to do it. And Mauricio is generating revenue, and guys is breaking their neck to fight for the WBC belt, the WBC silver, the WBC. Look, Sean Porter still got a WBC medallion. He's what Earl said, man, take off that jacket, man. I took your belt. He still wear a WBC jacket.
No,
This
and
is
think
a
about
lifelong process.
think about what Porter told us at the convention, that heartfelt moment that he was at a convention and he seen all the champions up there and he realized those were all the great champions. But he couldn't get on that stage because guess what? He hadn't won a fucking WBC belt. So he set out to be two-time and win that belt. And he did. But these dudes don't know about that. They don't know about setting goals and accomplishing them, man. They only know about tearing shit down.
All right, but yeah, man, I'm gonna catch y'all later. Y'all know my personal beliefs on that, but that ain't what I'm on today, man. I'm just looking at it as a straight business move. And do you want men fight women, or do you want them to create that? If the big three can do it with old men, what if the WNBA or one of them said, all right, we got a big three transsexual league? Because when they say Brittany Griner's a man, that's a diss, right? They say, oh, she's a man playing with. They dissing her. They're not giving her credit. That's a diss to her. So maybe if they did that and people who were doing that could have their own move, that'll be what it is.
All right. Well, thank you for calling in.
Peace.
All right. Jerron Wolf, what up? Yes, sir.
Yeah, man. I feel like I understand why this is a touchy subject because because they had to figure it out. I really think he's gonna do it where it's a whole division for them will be the best way for him to do it. But these people saying it's about money. I don't think it's about money because this is the problem with boxing now. People are chasing the money and not the history. If you chase the history, the money's gonna be a side effect. Nikola Tesla and all these people didn't do what they did just for money. They were trying to change the world and change history. And that's what we remember them for, not from how much money they made. Most of them never even saw the money or the recognition while they were alive. It didn't come to after they died. You're not going to, if people don't just remember Ali because of how much money he made, they remember because of what he did in the ring and out of the ring. People are going to remember Mike Tyson long after we gone because of what he did in the ring. Same thing with Michael Jordan and Tom Brady. It's going to be what they did in their respective sports and how they changed their sports and thing that people remember. And if this is something that has a positive effect and adds, to sports in general, where people start creating transgender leagues so that these people can be included and not have to feel like outcasts or like people that are born men are cheating by competing with women when they shouldn't. They have their own league where they're competing against each other. And I feel like that's probably the way of the future. He's just getting in on the ground floor by trying to do it and keep people safe. Because you wouldn't want somebody born a woman that's the size of Deontay Wilder getting in with Deontay Wilder, Tyson Fury, and getting hurt. And you also wouldn't want people born men getting in there with Clarissa Shields and hurting Clarissa Shields and Bumgarner and some of these other women because they were
Definitely not
born.
Bumgarner.
That's my call.
All right, Jerron. We got a bunch of callers. We ain't done and we not stopping. We going straight to you guys. So stick around. We going out to Boston. Georgie, Porgy, what up? Oh shit, Counterpunch. That's right, Pablo. My fucking bad. Danny, I told you to remind me,
Yo,
jerk.
don't forget Pablo with the Counterpunch.
We went to two other people. You're freaking damn, bruh. All right, Pablo is on Bloggy. My bad, bruh. Este tipo no me ayuda, mano. He always in that phone, man. Look at that shit. This
Hey,
motherfucker
working,
stay in the
Tay.
phone.
I'm
You
working.
always say that, but don't never be like, yo, give me a link. Devin about to jump on. He always talking about he texting and working.
Devin ain't up. What you want
Bro,
me to
y'all
do?
funny.
Go ahead, Pop.
Hey, y'all funny as hell. Hey, y'all funny as hell. But all right, so check this out. You know what I'm saying? I got a beautiful daughter. She's 2, about to be 3. Her birthday is actually the same birthday as Mayweather, so that's how I know she's gonna be great. But what I'm gonna say is that I got a beautiful daughter, and I wouldn't trade it for anything in the world. Now, Danny, you Mexican, you know what I'm saying? So you could probably relate. Tu mamá siempre te ha dicho dichos, you know what I'm saying? Like every time, like she, you know, tells you advice and tells you sayings, you know, OG sayings, your mama, your grandma, your pops.
Right.
So when my baby mama was pregnant, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, man, I'm finna have this boy, you know what I'm saying? I want a boy. I don't want no girl. I want a boy because I want to, you know, get him in boxing, get him in sports, whatever. You know, I want a boy. I want a boy. I want a boy. My mom was like, be careful what you adamantly want, you know what I mean? Because that's what God's gonna give you. Like, you know, something you don't want or don't want to accept, that's what God's gonna give you. So I'm just gonna put that out there. Y'all better be careful with, you know what I'm saying, being so negative, like going out y'all way to put someone else down. Like, shit, if you don't rock with it, you don't rock with it. You don't gotta rock with it. Cool. You don't gotta watch it, but be careful what you don't really want to get, cause like just like one of my coworkers, he's so religious and was so homophobic when it was his sons. You feel me? So be careful, y'all. But real quick, Ness, when our border war fees due?
Well, we only had the first fee set. You already paid that, so we was giving people time to get over the holidays. But Wednesday we got another show, and we'll have a lot more updates.
Okay.
We were just giving everybody time to get over the holidays.
All right, bet, man. Y'all have a blessed day.
All right, bro. I hope you sprain your ankle. Running so much and shit. That's my opponent. He's 17 years younger than me.
27 years younger than you.
17 years younger than me.
Wow.
Georgie, what up?
Something about I hope you sprain your ankle.
For real. Motherfucker running too many miles.
Yo.
We hear you.
Yeah.
We hear you.
All right, listen. This topic is really deep to my heart, bro. And I'm going to try not to cry. When I was growing up, right, my family used to have a friendship with somebody across the street. My sister was older than me. She was like 18. She had this friend called Miguel. Miguel was gay. But that nigga was a really good dude. I remember that nigga, he used to be on Star Trek and shit like that. And he got the blueprints of the fucking ships and all that. And I used to fucking go to his house because my family and their family were friends. One day, I was going there, and Miguel told me, George, you can get in. I'm like, what's going on, Miguel? Well, I can go inside the house. Nah, man, the neighbors start talking shit, and they think I'm fucking you and shit like that. And they broke up that friendship, bro.
Wow.
People broke up that friendship because that man was gay. And he was a really good dude. Shout out to Miguel, whatever you are, brother. That being said, bro, people don't understand gay people. Like, as a man, it's always the rejection. And I think Mauricio, even that I don't like Mauricio at all, he's doing the right thing because he's getting ahead of the problem. The problem is that regular people, right, that they're not down with gay people, like they don't comprehend gay people or transgender or whatever you call it, they afraid that they're going to beat out women out of the record books. They afraid that because men born men, physically they're stronger. Women going to disappear of the record books. There's not going to be no competition. But Mauricio is doing the right thing because he's getting ahead of the problem, making sure that, you got your own, not division or category, whatever you want to call it, but he's not mixing it together. That's a really good thing. And shout out to TVB to be inclusive. You know what I'm saying? Even the people who don't support it, like all the callers say, you don't have to watch it, but you don't have to hate on it either. That's pretty much all I got to say. Shout out to TVB.
All right,
Shout
Tim,
out, Georgie.
appreciate
Thank you for
man.
choosing our platform to voice your story, man, and giving your opinion. and hopefully helping some of these other more harder, stone-hearted people come around. We going out to Hawken, Maryland. What up?
Yo, TBV, what up? Yo, Ness.
Talk to me.
All right, Ringwalk. Hey, man. I'm fine with what Sulaiman, his name, is doing. I'm fine with what he's doing. He want to open up avenues for transgender people to make money and have careers and get some kind of legacy with boxing. But the only thing is, in my opinion, he's opening up a Pandora's box for once he opens up the league, the particular boxing league that he's saying, because in his opening statement, at least what I saw, it says that transgender people will only be able and allowed to fight transgender people, right?
Yes.
Okay. So my only problem with that is that when he opens up the league, you're going to get, you always get people that in every little organization that want to sue people and sue stuff and start stuff. So once he gets it started, he's going to have a problem with transgender people coming forward after it gets started. They're going to do it now. They're going to, after it gets started, get the ones that try to sue and make money, saying that I became transgender when I became transgender to switch to the other sex that I want to be recognized as. Now, once I join your boxing league, once I get on TV, the world is going to know I'm not a woman because I'm in this league. This league is saying specifically that everybody that's fighting in this league is transgender. So that means that they're not, when you're watching them fight, you're not watching a woman fight a woman. You're watching a woman fight a woman who is changed to a woman.
The thing is with that, and I can see where you're coming from. The thing is with that, based off our time at the WBC convention, this isn't something like they just coming up with. So they have like studies, medical studies that they've been doing with UCLA
on the human body, male and female, and outside of that research, though, Danny, you just have to continue to repeat the female boxers. The female boxers have already come together. Not all, but a significant amount that are part of the WBC panel that are active fighters said they won't fight a transgender woman.
Or vice, either way.
Yeah.
And not just
so it's not Mauricio who's gonna take heat. He's only doing what the community wants.
And not just that, but look, even because what you're talking is very realistic. No, hold on, look, and just to finish off, as far as the lawsuits is concerned, a couple years ago, I forget if what administration it was under. I believe it was under the Trump administration. But a couple years ago, there was this whole thing with the military and the inclusion with transgender. Bro, and people came people came in and bro, the same shit. They waited, boom. It was lawsuits out the wazoo, right?
Yes, he's gonna get those.
Now find me a lawsuit that won. Find me a lawsuit that won.
Understood. Listen, I'm not knocking what Sulaiman is doing. What I'm trying to tell you is when a transgender person takes the time to change their sex to be a woman or to be a man, when they go through all of this process, they do it to be noticed as a woman or as a man. Once they sign up for this league, the world will know that they're not a woman. That's all.
Well, let's see. Let's see.
But don't forget, not everyone hides it.
I'm not knocking nothing he's doing.
Yeah,
he has to.
But my friend, you're acting.
Some people are going to use that as an evidence.
I just feel like you're acting as if everyone hides what they are. I think that would affect the people that are trying to conceal that. But anyway, we're going to keep going down. We got more callers. Looks like I got, who is this? Aaron? Does that say Aaron? That says Adrian. What up? That's Adrian Rowan. What's going on? Wisconsin?
What's going on, brother? As far as the topic's concerned, we are talking, and obviously it's been made clear that only other transgenders will fight other transgenders. It's just that in MMA, a transgender, a man transitioning into a woman did fight a woman. He cracked her fucking skull.
Word?
With a fucking punch. Yeah. So this happened years ago already, you guys. Like,
what?
Fucking, they've proven that a fucking man. Yep. And trust me, I can't remember what organization allowed it to happen, but trust me, this poor woman got her ass beat. It's on YouTube somewhere. I wish I could remember the name, but I couldn't remember the name. But like, I mean, literally, the man fractured her fucking skull with his fucking fist. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Now, that I'm against. I'm not okay with that because physically, just like you guys are talking about, there's a difference in the strength of a man and a woman. It's science. It's fucking fact.
Right.
Now, if transgender men want to fight other transgender men, like, I'm not trying to fuck up the pronouns or nothing, right? I got no problem with that. If women want to, transition into being men and they want to fight each other, I got no problem with that. But my thing is literally just a safety issue. At no point in time should someone who is naturally born a man fight someone who's naturally born a woman. Because listen, we make weight classes, right? In boxing, this was a weight class in MMA, and this truly showed that there's just a difference in power. It's not, to me, if you watch the fight, it's not that the woman wasn't a skilled fighter. It wasn't like someone came out there with no experience against also somebody who's a different sex naturally. No, these were two skilled fighters, same weight class. One who was just naturally born a man and transitioned into a woman and broke the woman's skull. I mean, broke her bone structure. I mean, come on, y'all. A lot of y'all, next, you put the gloves on, you go fight other big-ass men. You're a big-ass dude. But here's my thing. Are you cracking anybody's skull? No. At a competitive level, that's fucking dangerous. And that's the only thing. As long as all the research is behind it and you got the right people fighting the right people, I'm all for it. Because at the end of the day, I really don't care if you're a man, woman, or whatever you want to identify as. If you're going to compete in a combat sport, you need to be safe. That's kind of on all these athletic boards and communities. Like, it's on them to make sure, like, yes, I think everybody should be able to compete at the level that's fair and an even playing field. I do not think that a naturally born man fighting someone who's naturally born a woman is fair, because I've seen it. That it happened in MMA. So we've already seen a drastic version of what will happen if you allow that to go on. But if you're being clear though, right, that's not going to happen, right? It's just so if a transgender, a man going into a woman, it's going to be two men fighting each other who identify as women, right?
Correct.
And have gone through whatever. So to me, I don't got no issue with that. I'm a pretty progressive person though. My son's brother was born a woman, a girl. She grew up in a house with me. His name is now Miguel. He's going through his surgeries. I DJ'd his wedding. That he got married to another woman. I don't got no problems with that. Like, I don't, whatever. And Ness, you were talking about the Pride Parade. Milwaukee has a huge Pride Parade. I've supported my friends who choose that lifestyle and actually gone down there. And I'll be real with you. I've seen some stuff that as a straight male made me a little uncomfortable. But I also was down there chilling and enjoyed myself. But yeah, there were things that for me were a little uncomfortable. But I'm not a hater. You do what you want to do. It don't bother me, because I went to the little festival, and when I seen some stuff that made me really uncomfortable, I left.
Word.
But at the end of the day, as long as we're doing that, and I get it. Like, I get that WBC belt. You're making this division. You're creating this lane because in no way, shape, or form should it ever be acceptable for one to fight the other. But I do think that this transgender thing, as long as it's being done right, and as long as Mauricio and all them have done the research, I don't think this is a bad thing. I think this gives them a lane to do them and not interfere with, natural sports, men's and women's sports. Because, like, I think one dude was saying, let's be honest, most of these women aren't going to try to come up and compete in a men's sport. You know, Brittany Griner's not trying to go one-on-one with LeBron James.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's just a fact. Would somebody of LeBron James' size and this and that maybe want to identify as a woman and go to the WNBA and score 100 points a night because they can dunk and penetrate the lane and be physically superior?
Bro, but
maybe.
we saw why that wouldn't work in Joanna Man.
Right. Well, right. And that's what I'm saying though.
Yeah.
Like they're
And that's not
like,
me
there's
being
weight
funny.
classes
That's
for
not me being
features.
funny. That we like. I understand it was a movie, but it was like obviously clear domination by the man, now woman.
Exactly. I mean, even like what was it? The power lifter
Yeah.
that won into the Olympics. You know what I'm saying? Out there crushing.
That he was was that the dude that was like under the 40th rank, then all of a sudden broke the record in the
Right.
female? That's crazy.
Yeah. He was. I don't even think he was in 40. Like he was in the hundreds. Like he was irrelevant in powerlifting in the male division, and then went and crushed it in the female division, which furthers and strengthens the point, right? Like you're nowhere. You're just an average person over here. But if you come over here, you can be a superstar, right? You know, there's clear advantages to some of that, and that's why I think it's not a horrible idea. I'm with some of the people. I mean, I might watch a fight or two here and whatnot. I really enjoy women's boxing a lot, to be honest with you. I always think I like it when it's on a card. I'm not that way. I just am in a strong belief that they need to be very careful and make sure that it stays what it is. Because some of these callers do have a point. You know, when these men transition over to be women, yeah, they might be under, the impression that they can now compete as women. Because look, it's happened in the Olympics.
Yeah, but it has to
happened
be
in MMA.
approved. It has to be approved somewhere. It don't just happen. Someone has to approve it. And Mauricio's stance is the opposite. That's what he's saying. He's saying they'll allow transgender boxing. Huh?
And that's what needs to be done, because that's what other sports should have done. They shouldn't have allowed. They should have said, if you're transgender, yeah, dude, if a bunch of men want to transition over to being women, let them box it out in the ring. You know, I mean, wear ponytails and a shirt and shorts instead of being shirtless and whatnot because of what you went through. You know, I don't see an issue with that. You know, as long as we keep it even and fair, because at the end of the day in combat sports, people get killed. People can really get hurt. You know what I mean? Like look at Conor Benn. This dude got caught up. Big baby, you know what I'm saying? And these guys got suspended because what could they have done to the people in the ring? They could have possibly killed them because it's not an even playing field. So as long as we keep everything even, and to touch on the money part, Ness.
Adrian, we got to get to some other callers, champ. You and someone else, y'all be having these 5-minute calls. It's hella callers. I hate to be disrespectful. I just got hella people waiting.
We sure
I mean,
What up,
champ?
Yo, let me get to it real quick. First of all, this topic wouldn't be properly discussed if you didn't have yours truly. Definitely, I love women's boxing, big proponent of it. Every time there's a topic of discussion, I kind of, I got to say something about it. I think I'm glad one thing about TBV, we got a very educated audience. They hinted on a lot of the points that I would have could make, but for me, it just boils down to two things. Number one, the science of it. It just, definitely keep it nice and separate. I'm cool with the whole idea of, it's just, where's the depth? We have a bigger problem in women's boxing alone, which is like, it's worked out because we've been getting all these undisputed fights because the women have to move up and move down just to fight each other. So, after a while getting, a women's boxing in the Olympics, we just now got a feeder system and a ecosystem in depth among women's boxing, and it's still short, which is the reason why you got fighters like Sky Nicholson getting ready to fight for her title in some odd fights. Ebony Bridges already a champ, so on. So I'm just looking at it like, yeah, it's definitely a pioneer move, but it's like Florida in them early days. Ain't nobody moving down that motherfucker just yet because you don't have enough depth. I can't imagine that there's a whole lot of transgendered fighters just chomping at the bit, to be, competing.
No, but that honestly,
So it,
that's on them to build within a community. Look, I'm with you, bro. Like, it's definitely not gonna be, when we like Nesta loves to bring up, oh, there's 1,600 fighters in the middleweight division in men's boxing. Like, the women's boxing will never be like that, but they have grown and they continue to grow within their community, bro, within their, you know what I'm saying? So within their demo, so it's gonna be the same here, but bro, I'm with you. It's gonna take them some time, and it's gonna be a process.
and one last thing though, and I'm gonna roll out. They'd have to be very careful with like, are they gonna do like what's like them testings? Because number one, to get to that situation, you're already under hormone replacement and things like that. So is it just gonna be the wild
So
wild
I
west
I don't
where
know
it's
if
like,
they've
yo,
came out, but I'm sure they will have to have something. I know that like I've mentioned before in the show, they have.
I mean, they did invent the clean boxing program. It ain't gonna be hard for them to ask VADA to test the women. They are the only sanctioning
He
body
ain't saying the
testing
women. He ain't saying the women. He's just
the
saying obviously.
transgenders.
Yeah, but obviously they gonna have to be taking shit. So it's gonna be.
Yeah, no, they take to transition.
Right.
So what I'm saying, it ain't hard for Mauricio, who started the clean boxing program, to tell VADA to test them, because he started that. He's the only one testing top 15 in the WBC.
But obviously
Other sanctioning bodies not doing that.
Right, but they're gonna have to figure out which. To answer your question, I don't think they have. I haven't seen anything on that, but there's gonna have to be some sort of adjustment because different circumstances.
Yeah. I mean, let me get you some others.
well, maybe.
Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, salute, fellas. I'm out.
You sure? All right.
Well, I was just gonna say, man, on last note, man, Conor Ben, maybe he could get in the first fight because his estrogen levels is high as a bitch. So he'll be the first one to sign up for that whole, situation.
All right.
I'm out.
Shots fired at my man Ben.
Mm.
Big Super Mix.
What up, Ness? Danny, good morning.
What up, champ?
I kind of feel like, everybody's made good points. It's good. Obviously, I don't agree with a natural-born man competing with a woman. Adrian was right about the situation you brought up in MMA. And it's good to have some inclusivity because you're going to have to at some point. And honestly, it all boils down to me is Mauricio Sulaiman just getting ahead of this before it gets out of hand. Like Amin said, it's not like there's a lot of depth. But eventually, what you don't want to happen is a transgender woman, man turned to a woman, come and try to petition to be in your for your women's title. Then if you decline it, then you got a whole outrage, and that community has shown they can cancel people, they can boycott it. That's just a problem you'd rather avoid. You at least have something to fall back on too, that's created just for them. And like everybody says before, man, you don't have to watch it. And like you guys spoke about, a lot of the women don't want to compete against transgender men, and you can't force anybody to fight. So, I just think it's a touchy subject, but it's kind of I almost feel like Sulaiman is backed into a wall because there's going to come a time where if nothing is done right now, there will be a transgender person who petitions for a title, and the backlash from declining that petition could be very damaging for the brand. And it is a non-profit organization, so it's not like, obviously Mauricio probably has a salary just like you have to fund everything, but it all goes back into the WBC. That's kind of common practice for any non-profit organization. But yeah, man, go ahead.
Nope.
Other than that, man, I just think I think it's Mauricio Sulaiman making a smart choice, getting ahead of a problem before it becomes a problem, because this cancel culture is real out here, and the second you turn one of them down because of that, you're asking for a lot of trouble these days. But other than that, man, keep the show going. That's my call. Get the likes up, guys.
Word. So many people tuning in. So very few likes. We got Ant. What up?
Yo,
Yo, y'all can hear me?
we hear you.
What's good with y'all, family?
Another day, another show. How you feeling?
Feeling all right, man. Blessed to be alive, you know what I mean? Hear you guys doing your thing again. Back to the grind. Man, this is some deep stuff, bro. I gotta say, man, we in the last days for sure. Cause I ain't never thought that we'd be having a conversation about Transformers, you know what I'm saying, wanting a box. My question is like, there's gotta be some kind of petition or request from this group to want to so-called box if Sulaiman is so, eager to create this lane for them. And I'm wondering, like, who are these people? Because you got to have the money to support this, right? I mean, this is boxing, and we already know where we at with Arrow and Bud,
Yeah,
because of money.
as far as who they are, I'm not really sure. But as far as the money, I mean, they've had enough money to conduct research behind this for the last few years, along with the WBC and the UCLA Medical Center. So, you know, they getting the money from somewhere because they've been conducting, like I said, research on this for a few years now.
That's interesting. That's very political. You know what I'm saying? As far as just in general, that's a lot of politics involved with that,
It's a
and a lot
political
of money.
sport.
Yeah, man, that's very interesting, bro. I really think it's sad, but uh, he let that dude fight Franchon Cruz, and now all of a sudden, you know what I'm saying, we got a whole movement
She's
that
a
they want their
woman.
own
She's a
lane.
woman though. She
Man, come
she
on,
just
man.
she just obviously, at one point in her life, obviously, I don't want to say obviously. I'm assuming
Come on, man.
I'm assuming at one point in her life she took some sort of hormones or testosterone or something.
Ooh wee! You see how blurred them lines is, my boy? You can't even explain what's going on out here, and they want us to sit up here and support this too. Like,
Then ain't nobody telling you
man,
to support it.
Yeah, you don't gotta support
I'm
it.
not. I'm not going to. I'm not going to. It's
So who?
crazy.
So
We
who's
we have a
telling you to?
harder.
But
We
who's telling you to support it? You,
That's not even the issue. That's not even the issue. My question is, who are these people that are petitioning so bad to want to get in there and do this? That's all I want to know.
yeah, I
That's
mean,
my
we
question.
we saw them at the convention, champ. I didn't go.
Oh, you saw some of it?
I mean, yeah, we've said it on the show. We sat through the entire panel when this was presented at the convention. That's how we know that they've been doing
No, I'm talking
medical.
about the people who want to fight, bro. The people
Yes,
who
and
are
I'm
the
telling you, that they were there for the panel at the WBC convention. They was talking about it. That's how we know that they've had money to do research with the UCLA Medical Center for this, and this wasn't nothing new. That they've been attempting
Yeah,
at
this
this
is
for a
not the
few
first
years.
time that they have, because you got. I mean, it's like I keep repeating. Mauricio is a trendsetter, so if they go to him first and
That's,
he says yes, the others will follow suit.
I feel it, man.
And
I
let me get to
guess
some other callers, baby.
for sure, man.
CYP, what up, California? CYP. If you're watching this on YouTube, don't forget to smash the thumbs up. So very little thumbs up for this episode, yet there are so many people tuned in and we got so many callers. Go figure. The homophobia is running rampant in that chat.
Yo, yo, yo. Let
Yo.
me get out
Yo,
of this thing. Yeah, I look at it like this. I always got a different view. And I say, first off, they don't have the audience. and we always talking about how boxing ain't doing numbers and boxers ain't stars and female boxing is boring and all this negative shit we say about actual boxing, but then we want to be positive about transgender boxing. Let's just keep it a buck. They don't have the audience to do so. So go ahead and try and fail. It's just life. Life is rough. Life is tough. Starting something new, people fail all the time. So do what you got to do. But my real issue is America knows when to put its foot down. You want to give you a perfect example? Rachel Dolezal identifies as black. America hates that. Against it. I find it funny that if a white person identifies as a black person, the world goes crazy. But if a man identifies as a woman, we should be accepting. Love is love. Let them live their life. Man, you people are full of shit. You full of shit. And that's the reason why I don't rock with none of it. You're hypocrites. Let me know when Rachel Dolezal is considered a black woman, when all she does is positive things to help black people, but that's a problem because she's really white. But then you got men who are transgenders who jump in an MMA match and crack a girl's skull, or get in the track and field and beat all the women and take their prize money and ruin their gold medals. All of that is cool, except that. But when the white girl want to be black, helping black people fight for black rights, oh, no, let's stop that. It's dead in its tracks. So until y'all could be fair across the board, miss me with this bullshit. Get your transgender boxing going, watch it fail, try something new, CYP out. I don't even want to talk about it.
All right.
King Born, Brooklyn.
Hey, yo, you hear me, Ness?
Yes, sir.
Hey, listen, man. I want to say I love my TBV live chat comrades. I love my TBV comrades. I love the TBV universe, man. You know what I'm saying? Let's get to the shit. I have nothing to say. Yes, King Born here. I have nothing to say about this. Silence is golden. All I want to say is, good morning, America. Here we go. We got great movies coming out next year. Transformers and the Battle of the Trans Ams. You know what I mean? And I want to thank everybody in the TBV universe for making me caller of the year. I love y'all with all my heart. 2023, with this shit going on, is going to be crazy. I'm going to Las Vegas Tuesday. Listen, JP, I want my oxtails with rice and peas. And talking about food, I got something on my mind. Errol Spence and Thurman, if that was food, that's an egg sandwich with no paprika and no pepper. You heard? That's nasty work. Nasty work. That shit gonna be nasty. Errol Spence and goddamn Thurman, that is nasty work. Egg sandwich. I love y'all. Listen, 2023, I'ma be home. I'ma be back in New York. Whatever. I'm getting drunk on here and I'm really wilding out. So live chat, I love y'all. Thank you for making me call of the year. Viva Las Vegas. I'm
Let's
out.
go, champ.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, champ.
We got Stainless. What up? If you're watching this on YouTube, don't forget to smash that thumbs up. I know you ain't done it yet. We need them subscribers up too. We trying to get to a milli. Stainless, you available?
Stainless, talk to us.
All right, if you want to call in, you know the number, 1425-569-5241. Press 1 time. Voice you're opening right here on the Voice of the People hotline. We got Stainless. Stainless? Can't hear you, brother. Let me try Why So Serious. What up? All right, so Discord acting up. Now I see what Sticky Paws was saying, because we've been working with Discord for a minute. That shit
Word.
trash.
Is that Jan? Oh no.
C-Dub, what up?
Yo.
Yo, how are you?
Straight.
Straight.
Straight. That's what's up. Shout out TBV. Shout out the panel. Smash that like button. It's free. Man, if you could say that a million times, smash the like button. It's free, man. I mean, what else can you do? But yeah, I mean, I don't have too much on the topic. That's probably why they're not smashing the like button on this one. I mean, can't say on the other topics, but yeah, on this one, people just it's not interesting or they don't like it until you have someone in your family or it affects you. Like if you know a transgender that won the box, let them have their lane. Like Brother Stonebone, I said it's just kind of baffling to me to not be open minded enough to say, and then not against anyone that's not open to it. It's just to say it's okay. You don't have to participate in it. You say, okay, I see transgenders are fighting transgenders. It's a problem when a transgender fight a female or if a transgender fight a male, but if they fighting each other, what is the problem? I don't understand. I mean, it's baffling. But hey, man, everything is not meant to be understood, but you just be okay with it. I respect it. I respect that Mauricio Sulaiman is getting ahead of the curve. He have a lane and opening up a lane for them. So
And for the
it's just
people,
it's
and
so
and for the people that keep finding excuses as to why they'll fail or say that they don't have an audience, and bro, once again, them parades be crazy. I know in Chicago the city shut down. I've seen them in New York. The city shut down. Over
that's
26
why it's baffling.
over 26 over
That's why
26
it's baffling,
over
Danny.
26 million Americans
They
identify
haven't
with
been
the
to a pride
LG.
parade.
You know what I'm saying?
That's what
I
it is.
haven't.
They
I
they
haven't.
added
I
they
haven't, but
they actually
let me tell you, it's a fucking party in Chicago. Straight women, gay women, they come out. I've seen it, you know what I'm saying, on my story. Like, I know in Chicago it's a huge thing, and you know what I'm saying? So I'm not gonna knock it. I'm glad that um there is a clear separation. You get what I'm saying? So I know
right,
that
right.
you know what I'm saying? So we
But
and
not only have they not been, but they haven't seen it or they haven't heard of it because it's big, man. They added a letter, I think, and I don't even want to. I think I
well,
saw
it's
it, and
the
I
plus.
think
I'm not it's the
they added
plus.
a letter.
Yeah.
Like I saw it, and
Yeah.
I was like, I don't know what it means. Just got to get with it or get lost. It's not going to be interesting or affect you until you know somebody in that group or that identify like that.
That's a
But hey,
fact.
man, to each his own. To each his own, man. Y'all had that lane. That's what's up. TBV, shout out. Smash that like button. It's free.
All right, Tim. Appreciate the call as always.
So I'm answering this for the producer, but I want to answer this for the listening public. When it comes to the WBC and the sanctioning fees for women, Mauricio at the last convention that we were present took to the podium and spoke directly to the cameras and the women present and said that if your promoter is charging you sanctioning fees, they're stealing and lying from you. He said no woman should be paying fees. So, people hitting me up saying, oh, I spoke to this guy's manager. That's cool. I mean, this woman's manager, that woman's manager is being a sleazeball, robbing. Mauricio Sulaiman took to the podium and said no woman should be paying sanctioning fees for the WBC. It is the promoter who has to pay it. So if you're paying it, you're being robbed. And that was a message to the fighters that were in there and all the live streams that were going on. So again, any manager that is charging you, they're stealing from you. We have James Payne Lethal. What up? Now, as far as I know, that's for the WBC.
Audio check. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yo, it's me checking in from the great state of Tennessee. It's your boy James Payne, but I'll say the rest of the pleasantries because I'm gonna get straight to the point. I don't want to take up too much time on this hot button topic. Yo, you know what I'm saying? I work with a boxing promotion, and We do male fights, we do female fights. I personally don't know if there will be a market for this said topic in our area, but I mean, let's keep it 100, man. They put poodles on TV. You know, they got axe throwing shows, and we watch motherfuckers play blackjack and poker on TV. And, I mean, they put pretty much anything on TV. So they might try it out, or they might try some type of streaming service. I mean, there's a market for almost anything. So somebody has an interest in it if it's made it to the board of the WBC panel. You know what I'm saying? And if they gonna allow the fights, I mean, I think Mauricio, he's done some suspect shit in the past as far as with the franchise belts and everything, creating all of this murky water and blurred lines in the divisions and shit. But I mean, when you come to this, I mean, this is actually kind of progressive for him in a way to say, yo, we'll allow this. You know what I'm saying? We will, you know, have a platform for this, or we'll sanction it. And so, with that being said, I mean, as long as all of the testing protocols and things are in place, and you can, have proper identification and classifications for it, hey, get them folk a ring and let them do what they want to do, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm not opposed to that. I'm not gonna, degrade nobody or talk less upon it. I personally won't be watching, but I'm in the business of boxing, so whoever signed the checks, I mean, hell, I might have to go and work an event one day, and it'll be strictly in a professional capacity. But I'm just saying, I won't. If they gonna cut the check, I ain't finna say no to it. I'm too broke to say no to checks. You know what I'm saying? I mean, as long as it's not compromising my manhood or my personal morality. So, let them do what they do. And, if anybody, don't like it, I mean, hey, you don't have to watch, man. So I appreciate TBV for being the kind of platform where we can come together and we can speak about topics like this without prejudice or bias. And I've heard some of the emotion of previous callers as far as the ignorance of people as a whole on certain topics. So, you know what I'm saying? This is a real topic, and I appreciate y'all. Happy New Year to everybody in the community. It's James Payne, Lethal the Blue Collar Bullet, man. And I'm rocking with the illest, trillest, dopest boxing podcast in all the galaxy, man. Third rock from the sun, astrologically. I'm going to holler at y'all.
Champ,
All right.
appreciate you.
Looks like we got ignorance on deck.
Yeah.
What up?
Yo.
Hey, good morning, fellas. Well, good afternoon. I know still morning. How y'all doing, brothers?
All
Feliz
good.
Feliz Navidad to you and your families.
Thank you.
Hey, walk with me real quick, Ness and Danny. Headline: Friday night sissy fights. How's that? We got something going with that. We can get some money off of that.
Probably not.
Probably not. Well, damn. Well, it's gonna be a big market in Thailand for this with all the lady boys over there. They might make a lot of money and go over to the Zeus network.
Mm-hmm.
How y'all feel about it? Y'all gonna be interested in the transgender boxing?
It's like I said, man. I don't even know a transgender boxer other than the one that came out maybe 4 years ago.
The one that used to be a woman and want to be a man now, right?
Yes, that one.
All right. Well, I'm gonna actually say I don't think this is a bad idea because for all the like the ones in MMA, the men that become women that want to compete and they're in there with other women. No, this is I give Mauricio as much as I hate him. Well, I ain't gonna say hate him. Much as I don't like shit he do, I give him credit for this because he's gonna put it to where a man who can't compete with another man is not gonna be able to beat up on a woman.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm all for it. Friday night sissy fights and the lady boys of Bangkok. I don't know.
Yo,
Hey, Bangkok, lady
the
boys,
topic really bother
boxing.
you, huh?
All right.
It didn't bother me as much as you bother me, but it is what it is.
Yeah, you call in to talk to us. Appreciate it,
Yeah,
though.
I call in to talk to y'all. I call in to talk, and Danny, you're still fairly new here, so please stay in your fucking place,
Bro,
brother.
5 years ain't new, champ.
Stay in your fucking
5 years
place.
ain't new.
All right?
You feel
You
me?
you you want to talk shit to people and you want to act like a little nest. Stay in your place, homie.
Nah, I ain't acting like no little Ness. I'm not
Oh, you
talking
do act
shit.
like
You
Ness.
you co-
You
you
little
came
Ness.
in
You little
you
Ness right
came in
now.
talking shit
And
for a
you lost
few
all that weight, so
minutes.
you little Ness. You Ness Junior. That's what you are.
Yeah,
Ness Junior.
you done?
Anything else?
You done?
You done?
Yeah, I mean, you the one calling it clowning, champ.
Yeah, I'm the one
I
called
let
in,
you
and
clown.
you
I
the one
let you
trying to make
clown,
you the one trying
and
to
I
flip something on
asked,
me like you got a problem. So I guess you for the gays. You for everybody's for the gays, but I guess you for the trannies.
bro.
You like lady boys, don't you?
I'm for people being happy in this world,
Nah,
champ.
you like lady boys. Admit it. You like lady boys, Danny.
Bro, I ain't even gonna entertain your clown ass
Yeah,
question,
you like
champ. You
lady
got it.
boys. Yeah, you
You
don't gotta
got it,
entertain me
champ.
because you
You
like
got
lady
it.
boys.
All
Yeah, all right,
right.
lady boy lover.
Well, I mean, look, man. It's a tough subject for people to swallow.
Word.
No pun intended. Yo, why so serious? Jonathan. Wow, what's up with Discord? Jonathan, you might as well just call in on Twitter. This shit ain't working today, bruv. I mean, yeah, Discord ain't, I don't know. I can't get y'all.
Emotional damage. Yo, some of y'all got daddy issues for sure. Insecure with yourselves.
But if you do want to call in, we do need you to use Twitter or Blog Talk. Looks like we got 2 callers on Blog Talk going there right now.
Champ.
It looks like this is Adrian from Brooklyn.
What up, fam?
Yo.
Yo, Danny, who was that last motherfucker, bro?
I don't even know, to be honest with you.
Stick Talk Boxing.
Stick Talk Boxing.
Fuck that motherfucker, bro. Dead ass.
Man.
Anyways,
I'm happy, champ. I ain't even gonna lie to you.
Showing love.
You know, hey, I'm so
Nigga sound
new.
like a bird, bro.
Champ, I'm happy. I'm so new. You know what I'm saying?
Go ahead. Adrian, get out that hallway, champ. You in the hallway and shit. Shit echoing.
My fault. Yeah, like I was saying before, back to the topic. I'm with the transgender shit. I don't care for it, but as long as they fight each other, you know, like transgender against transgender, like the dude was saying before, how he was a power lifter and he converted to a female and just blew everybody else out. I feel like shit like that is unfair. So I'm with the shit as long as they just like keep it amongst each other.
Wow. Well, all right, Adrian, thanks for calling in. Info Joe, California.
Yo, you hear me?
Yes, sir.
What's up, my boxing brothers? How you doing? Good morning.
Chilling.
Hey, man, first things first, man, shout out to the boxing gods, man. Shout out to all the callers, everybody in the chat. TBV is where it's at. Shout out to my brothers on the back call. I want to wish you all a happy new year, man. I hope all your dreams and aspirations come true. Let's get it, 2023. We in there. I pray the boxing gods bless us with the best fights next year, and y'all be safe out there, man. And I don't have nothing on the topic. I just wanted to get that off, man. Y'all have a blessed, no stress day. Peace to all y'all.
All right, Chan. Appreciate the call.
All right. Looks like I got John James.
Hello?
Yo.
Hey, what's up, fellas?
What's up, brother? What's your name? Where you calling from?
This 6 from DC, man.
What's good, champ?
Hey, I just wanted to say, like, I'm not biased against the transgender boxing, right? But at the end of the day, I don't think it's gonna like ultimately end up as a good thing. Because let's just say, for instance, like you get the best transgender boxer, right? And let's just say it's smashing all of the other transgenders. Well, in reality, you're gonna be like, all right, this is a guy, and he really whooping the shit out of the other transgenders. Okay, now we want to see him against such and such. Is that really going to be a good level competition fight? So I just don't really think it's going to be like room to grow in it. I think it's going to be like stagnant to where as though, all right, you only going to be as big as the transgender community. Like we might tune into it if it's like a real certain level of a transgender boxer, but then you're going to want to start seeing that transgender boxer up against other boxers like, let's say, Crawford or whoever that stands if they're in the same weight class. So that's just my opinion on it.
Mm. All right, champ. Appreciate you calling in, John. Looks like we got a couple more. Let's see if this damn Discord thing is gonna work, cause looks like a few people are in Discord. Trying Jonathan again. Hopefully, and that's a no. Yeah, man. Just go ahead and use Twitter Space. I don't know why you guys can hear me and we just cannot hear you guys. But let me try one thing here. See if this changes anything.
Hello.
Check, check.
He did. It's usually got Quinn come back. He probably didn't do a sound check this morning. I was.
Damn.
Yeah, it don't sound good. Telling you, this Discord is shitty, bro. But look, it even restarted right there. It's just crazy.
Twitter is like I don't have like how he only listened to
I
boxing.
hear
I
you
don't have
now.
Twitter.
I
Can
hear
you hear
y'all.
me?
Y'all hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
All right, let's go.
Yeah, well, one thing I'll say, everybody don't have Twitter and stuff, man. This is all I got is Discord.
Twitter free,
I don't
champ.
know. I know, but I'm
You
just
just
not
click the
into
link,
social
and
media.
I don't even think you need an account. You just click the link. You can log in with Facebook or Google.
You need an account.
Yeah, I only got this. I don't have a Snap. I don't have a Twitter. I don't have an
I mean,
Instagram.
but Discord is pretty shitty, man. We've been experiencing all year, man. We've been fucking with Discord for about a year now, and it's been pretty shitty. It's
I
good
might try to go
as
back
a
back
place
to
to
that.
congregate. I get it. It's good for y'all, but the calling is pretty weird. But go ahead. Never
Yeah.
mind that.
Okay, so next you my guy, so we just gonna have a conversation. So first one I want to address, and I know this was a part of your monologue, but this is just my opinion. When I see a rainbow, I don't see the gay pride. I'm reminded of the promise that my Lord and Savior made to never flood this earth. So for people, some of y'all may see that and think gay, but when I see a rainbow, that's what I see. Now, I don't recall God making any flags. So if we're talking specifically a rainbow flag, that's different. But when I see a rainbow, I'm reminded of the promise. That's just me as a man of principles, morals, and values. Um, this topic is interesting, and I commend you for addressing it. It takes a special person to stand in fire like this. My question is there there's say they start this transgender league. Is it gonna be enough athletes for each division? Because if it's not, if you got one athlete per division, how they gonna fight?
I mean, that's something that we don't have the
I just
answers to.
And that's something they
But
gotta build up to, just like female boxing. That ain't deep.
yeah, but it's enough participants to where they can have a league. I just don't know if
I
it's gonna
mean,
be enough
Alright, but
participants.
how do you have enough of something if it hasn't started yet, brother? You gotta let it start.
Right. It's the interest. It's the interest. So my thing is today, yeah, it sound good that it's gonna be a transgender league, but I'm telling you, the time will come where a transgender woman is going to want to fight a woman.
That's true.
And
I believe that
and
time
we
will come because
and we
they
have
want equality.
exactly, and we have to let them fight women. They're
Um,
women. They're
you
women. How
you
can you tell a
you
transgender they're not a woman?
because of the studies. Because
Th-
you
that
and
don't
it's not telling them. It's
and
not
yeah, we're
telling
not
them.
telling
It's
them what
just
they're not.
protecting the fighter.
We're just protecting the person they want to fight.
It's just
so
protecting.
now it sounds like discrimination.
I mean, listen,
Uh,
maybe
uh,
that's that, but that's something for Mauricio to deal with.
Exactly. And that's why
He
I
decided
agree
to
with
come
you.
at this topic the way that he's coming at it, and his decision is men will fight men, women will fight women, regardless of what you believe you
And,
are.
it ain't gonna be that cut and dry. Listen, I understand and I commend Mauricio for trying to be innovative, but not all ideas are good ideas, and not all actions you should be a part of. And I just see this backfiring.
Again,
Yeah,
so I
he's
ask
trying to.
you, so I ask you the same question I asked the other caller. Put yourself in Mauricio's position. This is not the first time they've attended the WBC conventions. This is not the first time they petitioned to be allowed into boxing. So are you going to be the person that they come for because you are keep continuously closing the door, or are you going to open it? You want to
No, what
stand on
I'm
your
gonna
moral beliefs. You'll probably be canceled if you keep the door closed. You and I both know
was
that.
well, like we all know, it's not what you say, it's how you say it. So it's about how you address it. To
Okay,
me,
so
if
so
I'm
address
Mauricio,
it. Take Mauricio's,
I'm about
put
to.
on his
I'm about
shoes.
to. I'm about to. So if I'm Mauricio, just like every topic you don't address, I would say, that's something that's a work in progress. We don't have enough generated interest. And then two,
Well, my
right
friend,
now
my
as
friend, let me stop you right there, just as a debate, not cutting you off. How could you say
no,
there's
that's
not
fair.
enough generated interest if they've attended the WBC convention multiple
Okay, good
times to
question.
push the issue?
Good question. And what I mean by generated interest is I need at least three plus fighters per division. I can't have one heavyweight, two
How do
welterweights,
we know they
one.
don't have that though?
Yeah, you just assuming things. You assuming
Like
questions that don't
we
that
don't
you
have
assume don't have answers. And secondly, let's again go with your hypothetical. Why do we
Mhm.
need completed divisions? Why do you want to hinder one athlete from fighting until there's this quote unquote completed division or completed league? Like, bro, if there's two fucking fighters, let them fight. You sound like you just hating on them. Why can't, if
No,
it's
no,
two
no.
fighters, let them fight. If it's one, let them fight in the fucking
bro,
mirror. Why do you
I
care?
don't think the
Well, my
Bridgerweight
thing
I
is
don't even
there's
How
think
weight
many people in the
classes for a
Bridgerweight?
reason.
Thank you. Fucking Danny's the fucking man. How many people in the Bridgerweight division? Because one of them just fucking retired.
Yeah,
And,
and some
and,
of
and
them have
so
to
did
fight
Ryan
heavyweight.
Jennings.
yeah.
There is no
Well, my
Bridgerweights, man. Ryan Rozecki's the only fucking Bridgerweight.
and he
Bro,
had to fight
stop.
above his weight too.
Stop,
So my
man.
thing is transgender should be allowed fighting women. That's what I'm saying.
And I'm
They should be.
saying they should be allowed to fight what Mauricio said. And if it's only two, let them fight each other. And if it's only
And
one, he
what if
gotta wait. They gotta wait.
and you said let them fight each other, but there's weight classes for a reason.
My friend, but that's what I'm saying.
Exactly. If
Obviously,
there's
I'm
two
talking in a
fighters
respective weight,
he
bruh.
just said if
But
there's
if they're not in the same weight, then
My
what?
Dan, he
friend,
just
I'm
said wait.
obviously talking about two fighters in the same weight. Like, why are you
And he
trying
said-
to purposely make corny arguments?
And he said if they're not in the same weight,
they
then
fight, they
wait.
won't fight, and they'll wait. Like you making an argument out of nothing. I legit said if there's not enough, they don't fight. If there's only two,
And
let them fight.
and I'm
If they're
with you
not in
there.
the same weight, let them wait. I don't get what you like. What don't you
And
understand?
I get that, but what I'm saying from a transgender perspective, why are you creating me a
How do you
league?
know? I gotta let you go. You ain't a fucking transgender. How you gonna say from a transgender's perspective? How?
Because
How?
just because I'm not
Now you identify as a transgender, huh? Now you know how they feel, huh? Cause you won?
no,
Are you
I,
one?
I,
Are you
I
one?
am
Did you talk to
no,
some? Did you do
no,
is it called a census?
Census.
Did you do one,
no.
motherfucker? So how are you telling me they perspective?
I am a mailbox.
No, you
I
lost,
identify
man.
as a
You lost.
mailbox.
You can't get more
No, no,
time. You
no,
can't
no.
use someone else fucking perspective if that ain't you. Yeah, and that, like the axiom said, maybe you are and you in the closet. So do you want to take the stance that you are so we can continue to hear your perspective as a fucking transgender, or are you a straight man?
I am a straight
All right,
man.
well, we going to let you go, straight man. We'll wait for the transgender to call in with their perspective. Talking about from the transgender's perspective. You motherfuckers do anything to tear somebody down. This is so sad, bro. Matthew, what up?
Hello.
What's up, brother?
All right. Yeah, I can see why this is being pushed and the WBC want to do it. I don't believe it's because there's people interested in it. I think it's the times that we live in. It's politically driven. I don't know why, but it's been pushed into all aspects of life and now even sport. As far as transgenders go, they can do what they want. As long as it's a biologically born man fighting a man and not a man beating the shit out of a woman for 2 minutes, because I don't think that's okay. in my opinion. That's all. Because it's just not fair. Because I don't care if you identify as transgender. If you were born a man, you are physically superior to a woman, regardless. And to be honest with you, it'll actually do a lot of harm to women's boxing. To be honest, because you imagine Clarissa Shields getting in there with a man and he beats the shit out of her. Can you imagine that?
But that's not what's gonna take place.
Well, as long as that's not what's taking place, then it's fine. If someone says,
This is
"I'm a woman,"
exactly why he's
but it's
doing it, so
come
something
back,
like that doesn't
man.
happen.
He
Yeah.
specifically keep in mind like other sports have not done this. You know what I'm saying? Which is why we've had a fighter in MMA
With a broken skull that I screen shared.
and why we've had a man who couldn't fucking rank in powerlifting break records. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
I feel like Mauricio's taking the right way about it because he's making sure to protect the fighter's safety.
What I'm wondering is how are transgenders banned in the first place? Because if a biological man says he's a woman, but really is a man, and he can be scientifically tested for being a man, why is he banned from boxing a man in the first place?
For the fighter's safety, I mean.
But he's a man, but he's still a man, even though they say they're a woman. Like they say that.
So are they
there's
fighting 2 minutes
no
or are they
tits
fighting
and
3
dicks.
minutes? Bro, the shit, you know what I'm saying? Like what Mauricio's doing is creating
Well,
a lane for
dude,
them to be
he's
able.
been paid off or pressured into doing this by whoever's pulling the strings in this world, because it's everywhere, isn't it? Being pushed, and that's fine. Do what they want. That's why
It's
he's
just
doing
the
it, for some money.
times, bro. But like people saying that powers that be know is the times. You know, me and my girl was talking about this shit. Not this topic, but just in general. Like, you know, they're doing scenes in cartoons now.
Yeah, and they're also educating your kids about it at 5 years
Exactly.
old about
Yeah,
evolution.
that's what I'm
I
saying
don't
with the
think that's
cartoons.
okay.
Now there's gay
And
cartoons, and that's what I'm
and
saying. Like this is just
I
part
know
of the
you can't
world
say
right
anything
now.
about it because you'll get cancelled, and anyone with a opinion against this is automatically cancelled. So you end up with people who can't say anything or people who want to agree with this narrative in the world. So you can't win, can you? You can't win.
Appreciate
But
the
yeah,
call, champ.
as long as it's a man versus a man, that's fine. Thanks.
All right, let me hit up Mauricio, man.
Wish him a happy birthday. Before you do that, you know what I'm saying?
You're right.
Don't be no dickhead. But who next, champ?
He probably listening already. We got Big Boss Nino Brown.
Yo, you can hear me?
Yep.
Yo, what's good? With the whole transgender thing, man, that last caller, Nez, you funny as hell, dog. Dude had me crying. He one of them where it seemed like shit. He'll mess with a transgender just because he think they a female type shit. He seemed like he'll go after one of them. But I think they should, you know what I'm saying? I think they should have their own little league if they want to do it. I don't really think it's going to stand up the test of time where people pay money and be all intrigued to watch it, where I think it'll just fall off after a
I
while.
mean,
But
shit,
if they could get,
promoters barely stand
yeah,
the test of time, like, you know?
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like, shit, if they want to get 10, 15 transgender women and see how it works, I might watch it. I doubt it, but shit, you know what I'm saying? That's for them people. You know what I'm saying? Let them have that. And like he said, he talking about why they shouldn't be able to fight females. Like, come on, bro, be serious, dog. Like, we grown men, bro. Like, that's like me cutting my dick off and then wanting to go fight Michaela Mir. Like, come on, bro. Like, that ain't how it should work, dog. But like I
Let's
said,
just
I
keep
think
in
if they want
mind.
to do it,
Let's just keep in mind if Mauricio doesn't distinguish some sort of line, you know, Jake and Clarissa could fight. She wants
is
to
that
fight him.
man?
You know what I
You know
mean?
what I'm
She
saying?
thinks she could beat him, and then something can happen. And this is kind of a way to not allow anything like that.
Yeah, and I don't care what dude talk. Like, it ain't equal. They not women. I don't care how they try to slice it. It ain't fair, and it shouldn't happen. I don't think it's ever gonna happen. He talking about it's gonna happen one day.
Bro,
It ain't never gonna
And,
happen.
and
It'll
honestly,
never happen in
shout out to
boxing.
Bo, because Bo probably brought up the great point. All the
Yeah, I
people
seen
shitting on
that.
this, man, fuck y'all, because all y'all done watched at least one episode of Jerry Springer in y'all fucking life.
One, they watched the season, man.
I'm trying to tell you, man. Man, these callers is funny sometimes, man. But that's all I got. Y'all hit that like and subscribe button, man. Good
All
morning,
right.
y'all.
All
You the
right,
man,
champ.
champ. Thank you for calling in. Counterpunch from
YP.
CYP. Where you at? Where you at? Oh, there you go. What up?
Yo, 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 yo.
What's up? What's up?
I
What's
don't
up?
I don't necessarily like how my man was treated. So I did my research because I'm one of the unlaziest callers, and that's why I'm caller of the year multiple times. There's a boxer named Patricio Manuel, a transgender pioneer, still looking for his next fight. Dude turned professional in 2016, has only fought 3 times. Says he goes around America and even in Mexico trying to find fights. There's only men there, and they all say they don't want to fight the dude. He's still searching around. Now I'm trying to figure out if this dude been transgender boxing since 2016, go all across America, can't find no damn fights. Where is this league supposed to pop up from? Where is this transgender pool? Where is this weight class? Where is this interest? Where is this going to take place? Sam's called in, has some good points, some bad points. But the truth of the matter is, you have to start somewhere. And this is a transgender man's opinion because I'm reading his own words. He's telling you what's going on in transgender boxing. There is no transgender boxing. That's why he's even willing to fight other men, but they don't want to fight him.
Which
We
is
have,
why,
for one,
which is why
go ahead.
Mauricio has, allowed for them to have somewhere to fight because a lot of fighters
Who's
maybe
who's them?
listen,
Who is them?
the transgender community and listen to me why a lot of no
The
CYP. I'm
community,
just saying,
not the boxers, but the community.
well, I'm saying the boxers within the community because
There
think about it.
my guy, I just
Listen,
told you from a
listen.
dude's
You a
perspective. Where
coach.
are they, Danny?
You a
Where are
coach.
they?
You're CYP. Can I ask you something? You're a coach, right?
Go ahead. Mhm.
Do you have a female track athlete currently under your tutelage?
Of course.
Okay. Would you allow for your female track athlete to compete against a man turned woman on the track?
A man turned woman. It depends. I mean, how fast is he? Like, is he her speed? Is it a possibility she can win? Hell yeah. Like, you understand, track is not a good. That's not good because there are women in the world who will fucking smoke the average dude. There are women who are faster than football players. So that's not a good not a good analogy. Do like basketball or something.
I mean, okay, and you think there's motherfuckers that ain't never touched a basketball? Like, bro, regardless if a track athlete is a
Mhm.
man, can't fuck with the guys. Converse with, like, bro, as a coach, you're not going to allow that, especially in a combat sport. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna be hesitant because obviously they may be taking things as things that's in a body
Danny,
that.
that's not my point. That's not my point.
Mhm.
My point was the number of transgender boxers is not there. Remember, he was talking about what's a perspective from a transgender, so I looked it up. Every time I looked up transgender boxing, only thing that pops up is IBO WBC talking about opening a league. There is no league no underground league. There is no place where they all sanction. There's no place
Hey,
where they
hey,
all commit to
CYP.
boxing. There is no place yet.
CYP.
That's what I'm saying. Go ahead.
I get your point, and you probably are right. But there is a world where this also exists. Once the league is
Right.
there, you heard this phrase. It was a very famous Kevin Costner movie. If you build it, they will come. So hypothetically, let's assume you're 100% right, and there's only Patricio. After this, oh, there will be more. This news is mainstream. Washington Post, New York Times. This is not just on the blog sites and on boxing. This is international and global news. This hit everything, even your fucking urban sites. Go look at World Star. Go look at Hollywood Unlocked. Everybody picked this up. This ain't no regular shit for boxing.
Listen,
If you think
picking
that they
something
not
up
gonna come out,
and
listen,
becoming a
the
boxer is
term,
different.
just remember this other term, coming out the closet. Once the place is there, people gonna show up, brother. They're gonna show up. They're gonna show up. That's like,
Transgender-ness. Transgender is not gay.
No,
Gay is
I
different than
get it.
transgender. You can't
No,
come out the closet
No, I
as
understand.
transgender.
No, I understand that. I'm not saying they're gonna come out the closet, but it's still a term for coming out of hiding, coming out of the shadow. Being truthful with yourself. You understand? Vocalizing who you are. It's still all a phrase for that, brother. Right now,
All right.
there's nowhere to congregate. Right now, if you want to be a
I
boxer, you
believe
don't
you.
got nowhere to go as a transgender. Just saying.
Listen, I do agree that opening it up and seeing what happened. I told you, I'm good with anything having an opportunity. Give them the opportunity and see what happens. But let's not pretend as if it doesn't work out, it's because we're homophobic and we don't like, man, please. The LGBTQ community is the biggest community in women's basketball, the biggest community. And they beg the NBA for money every single year. Their ticket prices are damn near $5. They just don't support sporting events like that. That's not their genre. They don't really support sports, is what I'm saying. I'm not talking about anything else. I'm talking about sports. If you show me, prove it to me
So
that
I
the
sent
LGBT
you.
community loves sports.
I sent you that they average attendance and unfortunately all promoters don't release their attendances, but I guarantee you the WNBA average attendance is damn near the same if not higher than boxing attendance.
But that's the difference. In WNBA, there's 17 to 18 teams, right? If you took the most popular 17, 18 boxers, it's not even close. Boxers, it's too many boxers. Don't forget that the NFL only has 32 teams. So that's 32 teams playing 16 games. Boxers is 1,600 of them.
So pull up the biggest how many WNBA teams you said? 16?
This is what you do. Put up the biggest WNBA team, the most popular. See if their attendance is even close to a Canelo attendance. See if it's even close to Anthony Joshua attendance.
You
of
got,
course not.
A Clarissa Shields attendance, you mean?
Okay, yeah. No.
What
It has to be sporting because it has to make money. So if the WNBA is struggling, you can't compare another sport to a struggling event.
No,
they
but
have to
we're
succeed,
comparing
right?
women's basketball with women's boxing.
Okay, so we are doing that. We are handicapping them. So they don't have to be successful. They just have to be successful as the biggest kind of success that's holding on to the NBA.
No, see,
hold on. Danny. I got a question.
You said that they don't support, hence why the WNBA. Listen, you said that they don't support, hence why the WNBA does terrible ticket sales. And I told you, I said from my experience here in Vegas, they come out to support. Now I'm thinking,
Danny.
What's the difference?
This is the difference. The WNBA is bankrolled by the NBA. So for them to allow those ticket sales and low numbers and low attendance and low promotion is because the NBA will back them no matter what. I'm not done.
But boxing promoters give tickets out for free and motherfuckers still don't show up.
You're not listening. To pay the bills, to keep the lights on, to pay the contracts. The NBA steps in to help them when they fall. Are you asking male boxing to step in and pay the persons, to step in and keep the lights on for transgender boxing like the NBA does for the WNBA? Are you asking that?
Well, in a way, and we got to see how that's structured, so I can't really answer it because we don't know how that's going to be structured. Listen, but in a way, because you brought up WNBA, so women's basketball, so I'm going to say, is that not done with men and women's boxing when you have a woman fighter on the card of a male fighter?
Yes. So again, so you're asking men to carry transgender boxing when they're supposed to be standing on their own.
I'm not asking.
Hold on. No. I'm not accusing you. Some of the callers and in the chat are saying they have their audience. They're going to be supported. Cool. If you believe that, don't come running to the male boxers and say, put them on your card, please. Remember, you said they can do it on their own. So allow them to see what happens, like big boys, put your big boy pants on, see if it works out. If it does, all power to you. If it doesn't, then you're gonna have a problem on your hands. That's all I'm saying. You have a problem. Don't be asking Canelo or Wilder or Tank or any of these guys to help you and put you on their card. Remember, I thought you had the audience to carry your own league. I thought the audience wanted this. I thought you guys were popular. Don't use me then. Do your own thing. I love Clarissa. Clarissa said, I don't want to be on nobody's undercard. I'm going to do my own thing. And Clarissa is building, but she had to start from scratch.
She did.
There's nothing wrong with starting from scratch. Power to the transgenders, but you got to start from scratch. Don't go piggybacking on us when you just called us transphobic and spiteful and we really want to be transgender and all this other shit. Don't do that to us. Don't do
Yo,
it
but
because
CYP, you
we the
have to
man.
Let me
acknowledge. You
get to
have to
some other
acknowledge
callers.
that regardless, even though Clarissa did the damn thing and continues to do the damn thing, brother, she turned professional on the Andre Ward undercard on HBO.
Which is still big though.
No, I know, but he's saying did it from scratch. Like,
Yeah.
oh, don't
No,
come
yeah,
asking
she
for
was
help.
used she used the men's audience.
Absolutely.
So I want to screen share this because Jonathan Sims tried to give us his thoughts of the transgender perspective, but that this is the actual thoughts of the transgender boxer, and he does not like what Mauricio did. And I quote, "I'm at a loss for words right now. This isn't a move for inclusion, but an unnecessary separate by equal. Play. I spend my days sparring and training. Don't want to be treated as anything else." Which is fun. Oh, excuse me. Which is funny, Danny, because this is the same argument that a lot of female professional boxers have for the inclusion of 3-minute rounds. They're like, we're sparring men for 3 minutes.
And as the WBC told us on that matter, was the same with this matter. They have conducted medical and scientific studies along with UCLA behind this. So, that's why, once again, when this was talked about at the convention and I got up there as far as the women and the 2-3 minute rounds, they didn't have an answer for me because it's like, cool. Y'all got these studies for why the transgender should have their own. Cool. But where are the studies on the sparring? That was my argument. So, they have been doing, that research, which is the answer to that individual's question. Or not question, but statement. Like, that's why they're doing that.
I got Stainless. Let's see, can you rock? Yo.
Yo, y'all can hear me?
Yes.
Yo, TBV, what's good? And I don't even know what to say on this. I kind of want to take King Born and info, just Happy New Year's Eve, but I really don't have an interest in transgender boxing, whether seeing them fight or cross sex or each other. So I'm kind of happy that Mauricio is kind of getting ahead of the curve and giving it its own division, so that just like a fight that I don't want to see, I don't have to watch it. Like I don't mean that with I'm not trying to sound like an asshole when I say that, but I'd rather that we go ahead and create a division now, so that when that so that if it does become a possibility or does actually get traction and get fighters in different divisions, then it can have its own division and be separate from what's going on. And I understand, separate but equal, that's wrong, but I don't want to see another person get hurt or killed in that ring because of different physiology. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to see some man that feel like a woman that's actually a man, or some woman that's actually a woman in the face. You know what I'm saying, it actually hurt her, or a man do that to a woman that feels like she's a man. You know what I mean, so I'm happy that he is getting ahead of the curve. It's not really something that I want to talk about because I don't understand anything about being transgender. So who am I to speak on it? But speaking as a boxing fan, it's not something I really want to see. But just like any other pay per view, like you remember y'all argued me down with that Ruiz Ariola pay per view. Never paid for it, never seen it. And I'm just fine. I'm still a boxing fan, so I do that with this too. As I always say, please make sure you push the thumbs up, share this and every episode of the Boxing Voice podcast. This is TBV for life. And if you ain't on Patreon, that's because you're stupid. Oh yeah, and speaking of Patreon, I haven't really heard anything on anybody trying to get in on that raffle for the Patreon. So if I
Yeah, I
don't
was
hear
just waiting
anything,
for the new year to do, push that for the new year.
Okay, okay. I was gonna say, well, yeah, we'll do that then. We'll do that. But
All right.
yeah, that thumbs up. Don't be stupid. Peace.
And specifically, Stainless, not that you need to answer me, I'll just let you know. The reason I'm doing it for the new year is because Patreon did reach out and they are finally following YouTube and they're going to be doing gift subscriptions. So now you could gift someone a subscription to the Patreon and they can, test it out, see how it is, see if they like it. And if they like it, they can stay. So I figured that would be the safest way for us to run the promotion that you want to run. I do appreciate it, obviously. We still got callers. Davidian, what up?
Yo,
Hmm.
what's good, Danny?
What up,
Um,
son?
uh, yeah, I don't know. I just got
This
up.
is going to be interesting how you approach this, man. You heard me?
Nah, I hear you. I mean, for me, I'm not really. I don't know what to make of it. Um, I mean, if they could figure out how to do it right, I'm not. That's not something I'm gonna be watching. I'm just gonna be honest. I wish we could fix regular boxing first before we start adding additions, but that's just my take. We can't even get the two best welterweights in the world to fight each other, but yet we're gonna add extracurricular activities. But if Mauricio can figure it out, then and do it that way, then and they want to fight each other, I guess they can fight each other. But I wish we could fix regular boxing between men and you know female boxing as well, because there's a lot of tomfoolery, and y'all know what I'm talking about in boxing. So, but it's not a perfect world, so I get it. But I don't know. Love the show, love y'all, love to all the callers, boxing brothers in the back call. God bless y'all.
All right,
All right,
Davidian,
champ.
Buffalo Falls, we truly appreciate it. Looks like I got a counterpunch for CYP and for Why So Serious, Jonathan Sims. What up?
What up? Can you hear me?
Mm-hmm.
Yo, thanks for bringing me back around. This is interesting, man. And shout out to CIP. You took a basic call and you turned it into a really good call by touching on the points and adding some facts to it, which I didn't come with because I was backed into that. But Ness, I think you slightly misinterpret some of the things I was saying. And CYP, I sent the counterpunch. If you don't want it, that's cool. We could maybe parlay to another different show. But I'm not saying I'm against a transgender lead. I'm with that too. My whole point was I just didn't think it could stand on its own, and I didn't think transgender people would accept having their own lead versus fighting people of their same sex or what they identify as. And then CYP brought the facts of a transgender struggling, and that tweet that you read, I think you misinterpreted what they're saying. What I'm reading it as is they're saying they don't want a transgender lead. They want to fight the people that they're sparring.
That's
So if a
exactly what I
transgender male
said,
is
brother.
fighting a male, they want to fight a male.
That's exactly what I said. I said, Jonathan, I'm gonna give you the transgender's perspective who does feel the way that you were insinuating.
Okay, I
And
misunderstood
then
that.
I
So
parlayed that with the fact that the women also feel that way at the convention when they were pushing for 3-minute rounds. They're like, well, I'm sparring three
yeah,
minutes in
okay, cool,
practice with
cool.
men.
So I had a point. So and it's cool. I know it's part of the show, and I've been around for 10 years, so I don't take a lot of that stuff to heart. But
90
I had
seconds.
points, and they were accurate. And that's all I'm simply saying is
I mean,
today.
it ain't accurate because that's your opinion as a non-transgender.
But the
His
transgender
opinion
just
is
confirmed
accurate
it. You
because
just read their tweet that
but
confirmed
that's
it.
his opinion because
Oh, okay. So
he
he don't speak
is
for the community.
he's speaking for himself. It's like I
Oh,
told
okay.
CYP.
Okay,
It's
cool.
like I told CYP in the now. Yeah, maybe you right because people ain't come out. They haven't come out, and that's the same.
60
But that's all
seconds.
we can go off is what we
Patricio is the
have.
same. Patricio is the same boxer and the only boxer that I know that's transgender. I never seen another one. So I
I
like
don't
I
know.
told him.
That's kind of like when the caller were talking about the fighters fighting and excluding Canelo, and you're like, Earl and Bud have negotiated, so that's not a fantasy, even though they haven't fought yet. So even if it's just one transgender that spoke, they're speaking on behalf of the community. Until more people speak up, you just have that one voice. But that's fine. That's one person opinion. He speak for the transgender community. I don't speak for the black community or the boxing community, but you do. So I get it. I just think that today we can act like it's not going to get to that point, and I know what point CYP didn't agree with, and I'm not saying I agree with it, but I
10
just think it's
seconds.
coming where a transgender man will, I mean, woman will fight an actual woman, and that's what they want. I don't agree with that, but that's where it's headed to, whether y'all want to admit that or not.
I mean, it's got to get approved. And that's what I'm saying. At least Mauricio is thinking for the safety of the fighter versus him
It's
getting all this backlash and not getting involved in allowing the transgender boxer to go ahead and fight Amanda Serrano. He is
And I
getting
agree with
involved.
you there. And I agree with you. Do have to get out in front of it. And you asked me a really tough question, like, so what do you do? And I'm with you there.
Yeah, I
You
mean,
can't
because you
just
can't just
avoid it.
keep
You can't.
ignoring them. They showing up, bro. You know how much it costs to get to that convention?
And I'm with you.
You know how much those hotel rooms are and the food daily? Like, they keep showing up. They keep advocating for what they want. You know, at one point, mainstream news will just shit on Mauricio. Like, bro, you got a group of people coming to talk to you and you ignoring them. You giving them
Yeah,
short
and
answers.
you right, and you sit down and you have a conversation with them and the other people involved, and we do have to figure something out because that's today's world, and like you said, if we don't like it, we don't have to watch it. I say give them their
Yo,
lead, give them their lead.
and then another thing too, right? This individual, the fighter that posted that, if and I'm not, taking away because I don't know his journey, his story. I don't even know the guy's name, but I'm just saying, like,
Patricio.
has he not, like, has he not heard of these individuals showing up and speaking with the WBC, right? Because it's like there was people there. So
Well,
if he
I don't know. I'm not that person, and I can't
no
speak
no
on
no
his
no
behalf.
and I'm just saying,
You
like,
like
I'm just like
and
speaking
that's
out loud, like there was people
I
there.
don't have an answer. I don't have an answer because I can't speak for him. I can't talk for him.
Sarcasm.
Yeah, you caught the
You ain't them.
sarcasm, but
You ain't them. That's right. You can't speak for him.
I can't speak, because I can't be categorized because I'm a straight male. But if I speak for him, then I'm coming out the closet. So I don't know, Danny. I don't want to waste your time. I don't know. I can't answer that. But what I will say is, Ness, I do agree with you that they should have their own lead and they should not fight women. But what should not happen and what may actually happen, I just think it's the latter based on what we've seen in the past and how
Nah,
this
you're
world.
right. You're right. Everybody wants equality, so we start with this, and maybe it gets pushed into equal boxing. But we know what's gonna come from it. We know, and if they need to allow it to happen to go back to what works, then they will. But I got to get to some other callers.
Yeah, yeah. Well, last point, last point. I think you want to hear this one. Yo, I found out that my wife, woman, not male, woman, listens to your show, and I encouraged her to call in, but she said I'm trying to make her seem stupid because she's not ready. So maybe you can put out a promotion out there to encourage these women to
Nah, we need
call in.
we need this 7%. Ever since Danny
Yo,
joined, it's actually been 8%.
next
So we need
woman to
this.
call
And I'm
in.
gonna take it another level. We want
Next woman to
transgenders to
call in
call in
gets
too.
flued out
We
by
want
ring. Nah, let me
if you're
stop. Let me stop. Let me
transgender,
stop.
if you're a transgender, please call in and identify yourself and give your opinion.
I actually reached out to Patricio Manuel, but no answer. I don't know what time zone he lives on, but we
But
will
that's all.
try.
That's all. I just wanted to point that out because she walked in while I was on the call.
All right.
All right, champ.
I will try. I will try to get Patricio on.
Wife was like, you better counter punch and clear your name. Let them know you ain't
you married to me. Noel, what up?
How you doing, guys? How you guys doing this morning?
Chilling.
Straight.
I said Noel. I mean, it's no.
Yeah. It's Noe. N-O-E. Noe or Noe.
Oh, Noel.
Yeah, no, you're good, man.
Noel.
Noe.
I got it.
No, I'm kind of late to the show, man. So I just have a couple questions, and I have to state my opinion, and that's it, man. I'm gonna try to make it quick.
What
So
up?
my first question is, how many So whenever this, so has this been like confirmed? Like it's actually gonna happen that there's gonna be
Yeah,
a transgender league?
yeah. So they've there's been people advocating for it that have showed up and reached out to the WBC, and we were there and for their panel when they spoke at the WBC convention recently. Um, you know what I'm saying? We learned because that was my first time honestly hearing about it. And I was able to learn that this has been going on as far as the attempt for a few years now. I've learned that they have medical studies behind why Mauricio chose to give them their own versus just letting it be a free for all.
Oh, okay, okay,
Yep.
okay. I see. Well, then that gets me to my question. Then, is there enough transgender athletes in boxing
No,
that they can have their own league?
probably not. Probably not, but that's anything in the beginning. Boxing's been around over 100 years. There wasn't enough fighters for the Bridgerweight division at first. And a lot of people still question if there is. Other sanctioning bodies don't even acknowledge it. Some promoters or TV networks don't even
What,
acknowledge it.
Bridgerweight?
Yeah. So
Right.
probably not. But like anything, you know, you start it and people will follow. I'm not saying that it's gonna be huge. Like, bro, you know what I'm saying? We're just reporting on it, that's all.
Right. Okay.
Yep.
All right then. Well, the only opinion I have about this then is like, well, if we're gonna have, let's say like the league doesn't work out, so they start putting men in with other. If you are a transgender woman, they put you in against the women, and if you're a transgender male, they put you against the males. I don't see how any fighter, especially any upcoming fighter, is gonna like fighting a transgender woman or man
Well, they won't be.
because they won't be right.
Right, because they'll be, the transgender, a transgender fighter will be fighting another transgender fighter, and then everything else that as boxing will remain.
Oh, okay, okay, all right, cool.
Yep.
Okay, well, what I was saying is like that the league falls out, like there's not enough transgender fighters, but they still want to fight. If they do end up fighting other males or other females, isn't that kind of like a little unfair to some of the fighters?
Well, that's the thing. That's what
That's why this is being
that's why
done.
this is being done because that's not gonna be done. Like in MMA, it was done a couple years back, and the fucking poor lady had a broken fucking skull from it. You know, so
Yeah.
that's why they're doing this so that doesn't happen. You get what I'm saying?
Oh, okay, okay. All right then. Well, then I'm interested to see how this all plays out. And yeah, if we can get any like transgender people on here, man, to like speak their voice and stuff and give their own opinions and everything, and then maybe have a little debate or something, that'd be kind of cool, man. But yeah, to all the female callers out there, man, if you guys want to place your own opinion on the show, we get a lot of males talking on here, but it'd be nice to hear female voices sometimes.
For sure.
Right, man. That's my call, man.
All right,
Appreciate you
man.
guys.
You, man.
Appreciate you.
Counterpoint, CYP.
Hey, yo. I don't know. Might be loud today. Y'all hear me?
Yep.
Yeah, I want to make sure. Listen to me. Last two things I want to say. I love female boxing, man. I love what they doing, man. I'm becoming more of a fan. I want to see them build up, man. I want to see them get the attention. I'm sick and tired of this shit because the LGBT community has a whole bunch of women in it as well. Let the women start getting used to the female boxers and supporting them first. Y'all start grassroots, transgender grassroots. Start there, get some boxers, build yourself up. Come on later. Give a headline later. Get a press tour later. Right now, all I want to see and hear about is building the women up because they deserve that shit. And secondly, a personal point because I'm a coach of elite athletes, not just regular people. I hate to see people who are not good at sports somehow getting paid to be not good at sports. Listen to what I'm saying, fellas out there. These transgender boxers are men who can't fucking box. So all of a sudden you become a woman, all of a sudden you getting paid to box? Man, fuck you. Like, you get your sorry ass up out of here. I don't care if it's basketball. I don't care if it's football. I don't give a shit what it is. If you weren't good enough to compete with the men, then transition, but don't transition to no damn athlete. You should be able to transition from a male to a female, not from a non-athlete to a professional athlete. That's a whole different topic. Other than that, y'all have a good day, man. I really, really want to say Happy New Year to everybody listening, man. Let's make 2023 a great, great, great year for everybody and all the listeners. Let's all get along
CYP.
and come back to argue again. Yeah, baby, what's up?
CYP, they're like, damn, he back again. Don't he have a job?
Yeah, you know what's funny? I'm at my gym about to get these ladies popping right now. Anybody who follow me know all I do is train people all the damn time, and I'm about to do it right now. You know, you got to make that money when you got that kid, man. You know what I'm saying? But
For
again,
sure.
Danny, love you, Ness. Ness, love you, man. Real talk. We've become real good friends over all these goddamn years through everything, man. And I fuck with y'all for real. And I only rock with TVV. Y'all know that shit. Y'all know that shit.
Appreciate you,
Love,
Anyway,
man.
champ.
CYP out.
Love, bro.
All right.
Enjoy the new year if we don't speak later.
Word.
Because there is another show, believe it or not.
Yeah, probably two. I got two other topics, but this one ran
Well,
longer
we
than I
have.
thought.
Okay. Yeah, this one definitely ran longer than
I
I
didn't
thought.
think, I knew it was controversial, but I thought it'd be short, like a 7:30, because I didn't think we'd get callers. I didn't think the audience, like, look, it's more people. They're counterpunching. There's more people. Like, this shit is not going to end. But I did want to say, CYP did the research. He said that they don't have an audience because there's only one boxer. So he should know that that boxer is a female turned man, not man turned female. So he can't say what he just said about that man not being less than turning into a female to be greater in the female division.
Well,
It's
one that.
actually a female turned into a man.
Well, I don't know.
Sparring men.
I don't know that he was referring to that fighter specifically. That's the fighter that we know of, but
Well, I
obviously.
mean, early in his call, he said there's only one, which he's right. I don't know any other than Patricio, who happens not to be Mexican, by the way. Just chooses to pronounce his name Patricio, and instead of Manuel, his last name is Manall. So I guess that's some also.
Yeah, I have a Caucasian uncle named Patricio, and when I asked him, I'm like, "Yo, why they just ain't name you Patrick?"
Yeah.
He said that
Well, Patricio is Spanish. What do you mean?
he's white,
Oh, shit.
Caucasian. I said,
Oh,
"Yeah,
wow.
I'm sorry." And so when I asked him why, he said that his parents understood that certain jobs have to fill a quota with minority jobs, and that it'd probably be easier for him to get a job as a white man, bro. And he says it works. That's what he says. He puts Hispanic on all his like on his job app, anything he puts Hispanic because he's like a lot of these places have quotas to meet. So
That's hilarious.
uh.
SDX Renzi, counterpunch.
Hey, shout out to y'all for the counterpunch. I just want to thank Jonathan Sims and my boy CYP. Like that's the point that I was trying to get to earlier, and that's that if, like you said, this one specific fighter that we talking about, Manuel or Mano, whatever,
Yeah.
that is a
Pat
woman
Manuel.
that transgender into a man. If she wants to fight men, I feel like she should have the opportunity. I know that it's not safe and I know that it don't sound right, but if she decided that she wanted to become a man, she become a man and she in the gym training with men every day, I feel like she deserves that opportunity. Not saying that it should be like a thing that's mandated, like, hey, there's a man and you gotta, if a man does it, he gotta fight a woman. I don't feel like that. I ain't pushing that narrative. But for women who want to step up and take that challenge to fight
Yo,
a man
Brandon,
that's a
you
man, I
are
feel like
such a piece of shit. My man said Joanna Hands gonna be a
oh my
hit.
God.
He said a blockbuster.
You ain't shit. What's wrong with y'all, man? Y'all
Yeah, they
gonna go
wild.
to hell.
They,
Y'all going to hell.
they wild. So could we agree on that terms that for the ones that want to accept that challenge, like shouldn't that be okay though? Like should we?
No.
The
Because we put
safety.
Sometimes we gotta protect people
Yo,
from themselves.
and I'm gonna put it to you like this, right? I'm gonna put it to you
okay.
like this. A group of guys playing Russian roulette, you don't know none of them. Bro,
Yeah,
that don't make it okay. You get what I'm saying? Like there's certain things that's humanly, you feel me? And
yeah.
they just trying to look out for their safety. Like, bro, I'm gonna be honest with you. Um, Bro, I cried when they took Patrick Day on that stretcher, not knowing he was gonna die a couple days later. I was ringside for that, yo.
Word.
Like
Pat
this,
was my man
like this,
too.
this is a dangerous ass sport
Word.
already as it is. You talking 18-ounce gloves. 8-ounce gloves.
And you talking people that been training all their life. Like Patrick J wasn't no dude that turned pro at 20. This is a dude that been training his whole life and died at the hands of another man training his whole life. This ain't a dude that decided I'm gonna transition into a dude and then I'm gonna take this sport that's normally for dudes, and then I'm gonna be like, you know, I was in the gym yesterday. My man, this little kid I met, he's been in there since 8. He's 10 now. No fights, 2 years straight. I said, yo, have you ever quit? He like, nah, I took some time off. I got real sick and took time off, but you know, for the most part, I be coming. Skinny little 8, 10-year-old now, but like, bro, that's what it takes. Kids got to be there all day life. Like the greats, Ward, Floyd, go Google
Bro,
their
nah,
age when
nah,
they
nah.
started. They didn't fucking start at 16 and 20.
Bro, no, I like legit. There was a fighter. I was in the gym with Devin yesterday, and there was a fighter mentioned. And he was like, bro, in the amateurs, he was the nastiest. Like, I'm not gonna say the fighter's name. I looked at him, and I'm like, bro, what you mean? Like, he had a mediocre career. He like, bro, I'm telling you. And I'm like, so what you think it was? Because he was like, bro, I've known him since I was 8. And I was like, so what you think it was? He's like, bro, some people just lose the love. They don't. He's like, you know how hard it is to stay dedicated and
And go to
disciplined.
the gym every day?
Nah.
And then what about those guys that don't have a fight? You know, I'm telling you, this has changed my life. Like being in them gyms and watching them spar. Like I was watching Blair Cobbs, and I know I'm gonna get heat for this. Like, I don't think he's whack, man. I think he got good movement, man. This is the second time now I've watched him, and I'm like, I come back, I like the way he fucking move. Yeah, his biggest mistake is this. Drops the head, he wants to do that overhand left, even drops the head and do that overhand hook and pivot out. But bro, he could move, and he working. Like, he's fucking working, all right? Like, I know how hard it is to hit the bag. I'm seeing him work. Like, he's working. Jump rope, high knees, he's working. And he ain't tell me not to say, but he should have probably told me not to say. But Golden Boy got like 7 days. It's over. His contract is up, and then they got that 30-day grace period. I want Blair on PBC. I want Blair versus Thurman. I want Blair versus. Give me Blair Rashidi Ellis. I don't mind that.
We got any other callers, champ?
Oh, you hating on me? Go ahead, Mad Bent. He a hater. You see how he just shut me off? But he could talk about his time with Devin.
Morning.
What up?
Hello? What up? I seen the topic. Mauricio is right. I'm going to give my 2 cents. I'm going to qualify myself by saying I have a degree in early child development and human development. That's my job. He's right. Transgenders should fight with transgenders regardless. And unlike Danny, like Danny said, you can't leave the door open for a female who's transitioning to a man to fight with men, because the same would apply for the man who's transitioning to a woman to go fight with women. You're going to be fair, right? When people develop as the transition or they go through puberty, they go through puberty as male or female, and of course they get older and they want to transition. So by DNA and by their bones and genetics, after puberty they're male or female, but that's an argument for another day. But yeah, they're right. Transgenders. Go ahead.
Nah, shit. I thought you was done. I was gonna
Damn,
say,
that's
I
crazy.
appreciate
They
the call.
leaked the sparring of Devin Hector.
Oh no, I saw it. I was there actually, and I remember. And yeah. I mean, the fact that it got leaked, I mean, the truth will come out. But yeah, I remember, bro. That shit was so, and it was probably.
So is the clip that got leaked favorable to who?
I mean, no, Devin, bro.
Hey, Nancy.
All they had to do,
You cut me off, man.
I'm sorry, man.
Bro, they just
That's big news, though.
Yo, they just reminded me. They're like, yo, Eddie was there, and I was like, oh, I remember that.
Eddie Hearn?
Oh yeah, I remember that. Bro, it was bad. Like Eddie left
Cut
after
me
like
off
4
next.
rounds. It was bad.
So
I don't know if it was that or
Cut
if
me.
it was another day.
Go ahead, bro. I'm sorry. You getting cut off. We got our boxer on. I'm sorry. You gonna like
Oh,
this?
Lord. All right.
Don't go nowhere. You be
All right,
back.
peace.
We got you, bro. We got you.
I'm listening.
For real. What's
you
up?
doing?
How are you? So I'm being told that we're joined by, your name is?
Danny
Uh,
My name
Baker,
is
right?
Danny
Danny
Baker.
Baker.
Danny Baker. And you are
How you
a
doing?
transgender UK fighter.
I am.
And you are a
Let
look.
us know. Let us know.
This is a new subject for me, so please don't get offended by anything I say incorrectly. This is not
Go on, mate.
our world. But are you a woman that's transitioned into a man? Correct?
Yeah, yeah. So initially, I was born female. My name was Sarah Baker rather than Danny Baker.
Okay. So obviously we'll
Yeah.
call you Danny. So Danny, how do you feel about everything that's happening with the WBC? We were really looking forward to talking to someone in the transgender community because we understand that it could be taken both ways. Like you being a woman that transitioned into a man, you may want to fight men. Some people feel that that's
Yeah,
not
yeah. So
safe.
So initially, so my story is I actually fight men here in London in the UK, but I'm like the 1% that has had the opportunity, that has had the club that supports me and has built me up really as a fighter and took a bit of caution with it. Like they haven't just thrown me in with the sharks. They throw me in with people I can sort of swim with, you know.
Hmm.
And but as a trans community no one really has the opportunity to fight or anywhere to compete. So yesterday's news was just it was mind blowing for me. I was excited. I feel like I've been speaking this into existence for a long time. It's we've needed our own category and much as I'm quite happy fighting men that were born men, not everyone's the same. Not everyone's got a different character. Some trans people might just want to fight trans people, you know. So, and in a sense of trial and error, obviously for Mauricio to even open up the gates for us and to give us the time of day to try and gain some knowledge. It's big, isn't it? It's big. It's like it's big, big. And
Let me ask you a few
I just
questions. How long have you been on your boxing journey?
my boxing journey, I've only really solidly been training for about a year and a half. Like when I was younger, I didn't want to go near a gym because I knew I'd have to fight girls. I didn't want to punch a girl in the face. I looked like a girl then. I didn't have this deep voice. Um, but in my mind, I was still a guy, and I didn't want to compete with girls.
And do you feel that you are getting the support from the transgender community and the LGBT community as a boxer, or do you feel that it's just as tough and the boxer's life is still a lonely life regardless of what you identify as?
It's definitely it's a very lonely sport. I don't feel like I get I get some support, but I don't really. It's people are still in competition in any sort of corner of the world. Everyone's in competition, aren't they? In some way, and I feel like rather than embracing what we're doing and trying to, I don't know, take a leaf out of someone else's book. I don't know. People they always want to compete in the wrong way. But I'm just here trying to use my journey and open the gates for other people, you know, and encourage them into doing what they love and what makes them feel good. And for me, boxing changed my life, and everyone involved in boxing, my team, my trainer, my coach, the boys in the gym, is more than the sport for me. So yeah,
So let me ask you, for you, since you've been fighting men out there in the UK, obviously what the WBC is doing, they're allowing trans fighters to fight other trans fighters. Have you fought another trans fighter? And if not, what are your thoughts? And do you think it's still good, even though
yeah,
you've
no,
been.
I haven't fought a trans fighter, but I'm still buzzing. I still feel like it's great. It's still, it's the it's the WBC and it's massive. Like, it's for me, it's an opportunity to still take part and to be recognised as an athlete, you know, and to be treated as one as well. It's still a massive opportunity. We're all people at the end of the day, and if someone can put the work in and train and get to a certain level, why can't I compete against them? You know, they're just the same as me.
So a
So
lot of our audience, because this is a live show, we have we're simulcasting to numerous platforms. So there's comments everywhere, and a lot of them seem to be assuming that yourself and your community will get offended because you are identifying as a man, but they're telling you you can't fight men. Does it bother you? Do you think this can lead to
no,
lawsuits?
no, do you know what? There is a lot of trans people. Like I've seen it all over Instagram today, especially in the UK. They're all moaning and they're saying it's disgusting because they're still not being included. But I'm trying to use my platform to say, do you know what? You need to appreciate that we have an opportunity that someone's taken notice, and I just think it's great. I'm not down for all that ignorance and that causing problems. I'm not offended by having to take safety measures and take different routes. Like, I don't know, 15 years ago, I didn't know what being trans involved. I didn't know what a trans person was until I was 21, and I am a trans person. So how someone else that's not trans meant to understand our ability or our day-to-day living or what our testosterone levels are, how are they meant to understand that if they're not trans? So I'm pretty fair with it, man. I'm just here to try and educate and just play with the cards that I'm dealt.
Do do you feel like when you fought, have they tested you? Because obviously in the transition period, you have to take something, right? And does that enhance your performance? Is there specific testing? Do you think there needs to be specific testing in place if it's gonna be trans? Oh, he fell off. Motherfucker. What did you last hear,
Sorry,
Danny?
what's that, mate?
What did you last hear? You dropped off.
Just after I was talking, it just cut off.
I was trying to ask if any of the fights you had, did they test you, and were they specifically testing for anything? Because I'm assuming under your transition, you have to take certain drugs to transition. Do those drugs also enhance performance?
Uh, I have to have medicals like everyone else on the day and all that. My coaches and I keep an eye on my testosterone levels, so I have to go and have blood tests, and I make sure that I'm always within the human male range. So I've never got the advantage, and with in a sense of boxing and matching me up. Where I was quite new to the sport, they just put me with people that had no experience before. So it was literally just starting me from scratch and
Mm-hmm.
building me up. Whereas most people, they've been training in the gym since they was like little boys and that, and 6 years old and 10 years old. I'm 35 now, and so yeah, they just I've got a good team, I've got good coaches, I've got a good boxing. Uh, Pan out. The whole thing is just I'm very lucky really. They could have just thrown me in and had fun with me and watched me get pulled to pieces, but that's not what they've done. They've just see how I got on, how if I even liked it, because obviously people say they like boxing and they watch it on the telly, but when you're in that ring and you're fighting, it's a different thing, isn't it? It's they wanted to see if I'd even like it, and I do. I love it. So
Mm.
we've carried on, and
What was
now
it
that this
about?
announcement,
What was it about boxing? Because you said you've only taken it up a year. Um, and again,
yeah,
don't take my lack of information or for ignorance or anything like that. But do you feel you took up boxing seeking out or to show your masculinity, or were you
no,
always
no,
driven to the sport of boxing and combat
yeah,
sports in
no.
general?
I just, yeah, no. I've always just been that person. I've always had that fire in me. I've always just wanted to box. It was always in me, this dream. What I'm living now, I've already seen it. I've seen it 1,000 times. It's crazy. It's like I've manifested everything that's happening. I just didn't go near a gym because I had long hair. I had boobs before my operation. I lived a different lifestyle, and I didn't want to walk in the gym. And like I said before, I didn't want to compete against girls, and I didn't want to shout and scream and stamp my feet and change the rules either. I just accepted what it was and what it would be, and I just kept it moving.
Have you seen?
I had a bit of a
Sorry to
sorry.
cut you off. Have you seen the female who fought a transitioned female in MMA and the
And
skull was
Yeah, I
broken?
see it. Yeah,
How do
no,
you feel
no, I
about
see it.
that?
No, I don't agree. I don't rate all that. I couldn't watch it to be honest with you. It made me feel sick. Like, um, I'm all for inclusion and I'm all for diversity, but you've got to be realistic in these games, right? It's not a game. You don't. The size of the person's knee was just unreal. They was kneeing them in the head and that, and it was just it weren't for me. I don't agree. These category things now, this is exactly what we need. We just start and we carry on. And if someone is, I don't know, really, really amazing at whatever sport, combat sport, then yeah, maybe filter them through. But we can't open it like I can't expect the gates to be open and just let every transgender and every trans woman have a free for all because that's not how
Do you
things should
have
be done.
any connection with Mauricio? Have you reached out? I'm sure they would need some
I have
ambassadors.
I have reached out. I reached out yesterday as soon as I seen the shout, mm,
Nice.
and hopefully they'll get back to me. Um, I
if he gets back to you, it's his birthday today, so
oh is it? I
yeah.
bet
Yes.
I'll send him a little happy birthday. But yeah. So what do you think though? That's the question. What do you think?
So for me,
What is
I,
going
I
through
I
everyone
only
else's head?
watch boxing. I'm one of those rare people you're gonna meet that hasn't watched any other sport. So for me, I only watch this sport. I believe that the LGB community is pretty big. I seen that they did
Yeah,
not get behind Orlando Cruz. He didn't get any more popular
right,
when he came out the closet. But I hope
right.
that this times have changed. I hope that that was then, this is now, um, and they do get behind you
Yeah,
because this is the sport I love, and if you guys can add and make it greater, I got no issues. I do feel, you know, um, I agree with the WBC. Women born women should fight women. Men born men should fight men. Uh, Reading that article of the MMA fight, the woman says she never felt that grip. She said, I've been grabbed by a lot
oh,
of women,
okay.
but when I was in her grip, I couldn't move. It
No,
didn't feel normal.
that's what I mean. No,
So,
that's
and
not
then
what
you
I'm
got to
trying
think
to
about
do.
that
I'm not.
woman also, anyway, but yeah. But Danny, man, I want to thank you. Please give out your social media in case anybody wants to personally ask you some questions. Like I said, maybe you can become an ambassador because we were debating, our audience felt like there aren't transgender boxers. There's only one, Patricio Man All. But
Yeah,
now
Patricio. Yeah, Patricio.
now we know that you exist, and I was telling my audience that there's probably more. That it's like the Kevin Costner
There's
movie.
loads.
Once you build it, they will come.
Yeah, trust me. I think give it a few years. Give it this year. You'll see a few of us come out of the woodwork. You'll definitely see me. And I just can't. I don't know how you found me, but thank you so much.
Thank
And
you. Thank you for having
yeah,
the courage
let's
to
have
give
some
us your
fun.
story and coming on the show and speaking for your community, man. We appreciate you making this episode a whole lot better.
No, thank you so much. Do you want my socials quickly?
Yeah,
My
sure.
Instagram is dboy promotions underscore 87. Danny
All right.
Baker. So nice
Danny,
one,
man,
boys.
thank
Thank
you
you. Yeah,
once
thanks for
again.
having me.
All right, there
Take
you have it,
care.
ladies and gentlemen. Danny Baker. Well, that was good. Shout out to Brandon, always working. And I think we finally got to all the. No, JP, what up? Actually, I think SDX too, right? He got a. I mean, go ahead, JP.
Yeah, good shit, Ness. Man, y'all really pushing the boundaries of what conversations are. Uh, I wanted to touch on what you guys touched on, the hormone therapy. There are already transgenders competing in like high school athletics, but they always check the hormone therapy, right? So there's feminizing and masculinizing therapies. If it's a man, they're going to give him testosterone blockers that stop him from gaining testosterone and increases estrogen in the body. So I'm hoping if they do fight women, or a man fight a woman, that they would, have their estrogen and testosterone levels tested before they get in the ring. I think that would be the responsible thing to do. But as far as like people talking about this isn't even worth it, it's true. And I think the sponsorship of the LGBTQ, whatever the hell community, it's a money grab. There are more people with no legs in this country that we don't accommodate than there are transgenders. We're talking about a demographic of people that are probably less than 1% of the country, but we got to change all the bathrooms for them. We got to change everything for this 1% of the population. It just seems a little strange. I just think that it's a money grab. Lastly, I'm gonna be quick, man. I feel strange as a black man to be with anything exclusionary, because less than 100 years ago, we couldn't play sports. Less than 100 years ago, we couldn't do certain shit. So that always going to be an issue for me. I'm not. None of us on this here has the power to judge. Some of us are given the power of discernment, and that's just to know right from wrong. So boxing is littered with thieves and crooks. So if you on some religious shit where you like, well, you supposed to be a man and you da 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 da. Well, God don't like fucking thieves and crooks and liars, and boxing is filled with them. And you don't got a problem with it. That's my call, Ness.
All right, JP, thanks for calling in. Matt Bent, what up?
Yo, hello?
Yes, sir.
All right, let me finish my call. All right, real quick. I just want to give a shout out to Tanquil. Hopefully the fight stays on. For now, it's still on because I got to see the fight. And I'm on my campaign. Let's get Maurice still up fight. Let's get Maurice still up fight. All right? That's my call. I'm out.
All
All
right,
right,
we
champ.
got one last caller on Discord. Who is this? Looks like Big If. If was that spliff, me and Danny behind.
Yo, y'all can hear me?
Yep,
Yep.
What's up, man? Salute to both of y'all, man. And
appreciate it.
off the until end, man. I'm kind of like all too clear about everything that y'all talk about. But I wanna give you a shout out, man. The way you handled the interview with the trans athlete that came on. I don't really know much about their plight, so it was interesting for me to like learn about it. I wanted to find out more about I believe JP talked about it, the testosterone level. If that for women transitioning to men, if they eventually decide to fight women, if the testosterone levels would play into like them having an advantage.
Well,
But
yeah,
that's a
he
good
said
thing.
he said that he had to refrain within the legal limit for legal
Nice,
men. So I'm
nice.
assuming a man that transitions into a woman would have to also have, you know, the legal testosterone levels of a legal woman.
Nice. Now I don't know if y'all covered this, but in MMA, because I joined at the tail end, but in
But
MMA they had a
also,
fighter called
I'm sorry, but also remember that he's in the UK, so he deals under a totally different commission, but at least it's a universal commission. The BBSC is for the
right,
whole
the
UK.
BBB. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, but I joined at the tail end, so I don't know if y'all covered this, but in MMA they had a fighter called
Yeah, we
Talon
did.
Fox.
We did.
Oh, word. Y'all
Yeah.
seen that, right?
Yeah. I
She
even
sent
brought it
like
up in the
mad.
interview, bro.
Yeah, she sent mad chicks to the hospital, but at the end of the tournament, a chick beat her. But even though
Well,
the girl beat her, the girl that won got sent to the hospital.
yeah, with a
There's an
broken
interview on
skull, right?
YouTube. Yeah, there's an
Yeah.
interview on YouTube. She said, "Yo, listen, man, I've never even been hit like that by my male sparring partners." In the interview on YouTube, she said they asked her like, "Yo, would you fight another trans athlete again?" She was like, "Never in my life, because that's the hardest she's been hit." She sent every girl that she fought in the tournament to the hospital, concussions, straight up and down. So I'm
That's
all for it,
crazy.
but I just think we gotta make sure
Be
it's safe for
safe, yeah.
everybody involved.
All right. Appreciate you calling in, champ. Big if. And we got to everyone. We're back at 12 o'clock. We got two topics, man. I think we need to do a poll on YouTube to see which one to go with. Because I was trying to do 3. I thought that today, for whatever reason, this would be a short show. I was wrong. So I do got Glass House. You know, at 12 o'clock, it's 3 on the West, 9 or 8 in UK.
8.
Because Connor, Ben, and Javonta have a lot that has been said, so we can do that, or we can do Earl wanting Rolly for Frank Martin next, but calling him a tune-up. I don't know. You guys decide. Let me know. Catch me on the next one, though, at 12 o'clock. It'll be one of those 2 topics.
That's GTL, Ringbog, Danny, the boxing voice. We out.
And we have David Benavidez on the second show, for those that don't know. The interim WBC champ who's taking on Caleb Plant will be on the show. So make sure you join us at 12 o'clock Pacific Standard Time, 3 p.m. Eastern. Bye.